up, Blaster. Transform and play something nice.
And now, a nice and nifty musical selection for easy listening. Hold on to your dancing shoes and go, man, go!
One shall stand, one shall fall.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to One Shall Stand, One Shall Fall, a Transformers TCG podcast broadcasting live from an underground bunker in the middle of the murky Midlands.
I want to boot some Decepticon right in his turbocharger.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down, Cliff Jumper. Wow. Seriously, put that gun down. You're going to kill somebody in this studio. Goodness. Right, anyway, I'm your host, Lee, from Bleeped Up Productions, and today I have a motley crew of people to talk everything about Transformers TCG. That's right, the trading card game based on the cartoon from the 80s. This podcast will talk about news about the Transformers the TCG, new releases, deck profiles, and stuff that's happening in the community. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
One shall stand, one shall fall.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Bleeped Up Productions. I am your host, Lee, producer of this channel, and on the Podbean. Welcome to another great podcast of One Shall Stand, One Shall Fall, the one and only... That's right, Transformers TCG podcast for the community. We are a voice for the community. I feel like in the last episode with Christian, we talked about that we are the Switzerland of the Transformers community because we love everyone and we're neutral. So that's what we're going to go with. We are the Swiss. And that man that is laughing in the background is my co-host from the ENERGON Hustlers, Dave Cook. How you doing, Dave?
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm good. Good. I'm excited tonight because we are doing something huge.
We just conquered a massive set in the Ark. We've conquered a lot of stuff. And now we've got another humongous set. Like, we've had sets in between that I think are pretty decent. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to single everyone out. But you know, if you've listened to our podcast, we give everyone a shout out with their sets. If they give it to us, we will review them. But this mammoth of a set, like, Dave, like, it's a three-parter. So obviously you know that we're talking about the characters from this set. But Dave, just break down... That's right, just break it down. How much is in this set? I just can't get over how the numbers are ridiculous.
It is insanely big. It feels like a full-blown wizard set. You know, we thought the Ark was a big set, and then the guys at BAYFORMERS have dropped this World Striking. It is a beast of a set. It was, 31 characters, 62 battle cards, and I think 35 stratagems. It's a lot.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
which is why it's going to be 3 parts. Otherwise, it'll be 12 hours long.
Yeah, and like we mentioned in the last episode a little bit, we value all our listeners who listen to us on Podbean and have us in the car. So we don't want to let you guys drive around for 12 hours listening to one podcast. So we're going to split it into 3. Hopefully you guys enjoy all the parts we're doing. But yes, we're breaking down World Strike by the BAYFORMERS. We're talking about the characters this week. There's a lot of characters. A lot of characters that are interesting. Stuff that I had to, hilariously enough, Wikipedia, because I was like, who the heck is this? And then realizing, oh, that's that. Okay, that's kind of cool. So they've definitely gone all over the shop with the characters in this set, which is really cool, I think, because it's definitely uncharted waters for people who shall we say, not like huge into Transformers lore. This set is perfect for people to dive into that, I think, Dave.
Definitely, it's looking at an aspect of Transformers that probably isn't as well known. Obviously, we saw the faction that's kind of like the real backbone of this set in Transformers the movie that were introduced there, and that was the Quintessons and their savage minions, the Stratagems.
The Quintessons are sinister robotic creatures with 5-sided heads, each side with a different face, including the face of death. These tentacled beings who travel on beams of energy are cruel and emotionless, and the creators of all the Transformers on Cybertron millions of years ago. The Quintessons never intended their intelligent machines to develop emotions. But to their horror, the Transformers rose up against their masters and drove them away from Cybertron. The Quintessons retreated to a planet they named Quintessa, where they lived a stark and barren existence with their Sharktacon guards. Sinister and vicious, lacking any individualistic intelligence, the Sharktacons usually serve as executioners for their Quintesson masters, who toss condemned victims into the Sharktacon pit.
This set has got a brand new faction in it. It is the Quintesson faction. It's really cool to see that they are looking at expanding that. So we've got, not only we've got Autobots and Decepticons, we've got Quintessons as well, and there's some other bits and bobs, isn't there? Some spicy bits of sort of car design that's really interesting, and I think we'll leave them as a surprise, and we'll kind of, as we get to them, we'll be like, "Ooh, check this out, this new thing." So I think they've done some really, really cool stuff. There's there's 31, something like that, 31 characters. And some of the artwork is, I don't know if some of the artwork's custom or not, I don't know. I think some of it is. I think they got Harvey to do some of the artwork for them as well. So there's some really, really nice touches in this, and it feels, again, like the Ark did, like a full-blown Wizards of the Coast set.
Yeah, this is a bit of a behemoth. So guys, I would just strap in, get a liquid beer. I've got one next to me. I think you've got one as well, haven't you, Dave? Like, we're literally...
I've always got a beer on there. When we podcast, it's Dave's drinking time.
It's Dave's drinking time. That's exactly what it is. It's like, yeah.
And that's why by the end of the podcast, idiots.
There we go. We're all mumbling over ourselves because we've consumed too much alcohol. And in the edit, it's like, why are these guys slurring and all a lot? Oh, that's why. Cutting down multiple hours into a bite-sized chunk is quite comical. But no, BAYFORMERS, you guys have done a fantastic set. If you guys didn't know, these guys are based obviously in San Francisco. Obviously, there was a big, huge news that they've joined the Ark. There's some projects they're working with. Obviously, Salty, a few episodes told us all about it. But it's exciting because after we've reviewed this set, I know we've got Adam from the BAYFORMERS who wants to jump onto a podcast. So we're going to talk to him about the set and what he's up to, because obviously there's a tournament going on as well with this set as well. There's just so much going on in the community right now. We literally, as we record this, we're a couple of weeks away from Alpha Trion Protocols 3, I think, Dave. There's just so much going on.
Yeah, beginning of March, yeah. That comes out beginning of March. It'll be a few days old by the time this airs, but my spoiler for Alpha Trion Protocols 3 went out today, and I know yours is coming soon as well. So
because mine, I can't offend Dan. I can't offend Dan just because it's one of his favorite characters, guys. And I'm just being honest. I started the edit and I realized I made a ton of fun about it, and I was like, I don't know if you'll understand my British humor or wit. So maybe I just have to rewrite the script about ripping into this guy a little bit better. But no, I'm excited. We've got some spoilers, obviously, for those guys. And so our next couple of episodes, we're going to be breaking down this set. Then we're going to probably have Adam on, like we said, from the BAYFORMERS. Then we're probably going to talk about ATP3. Then we're probably going to have Dan Arnold from Vector Sigma to jump on a podcast. And eventually we'll get a podcast where Dave and me just want to talk and chill and talk about what we're playing, because people just love us in the community. They just want to hear more and more stuff that's happening. So eventually, you'll get to hear what we've been up to, because we've been playing some games, haven't we, bro?
We have, and we kind of like a bit of a sort of casual discussion around this following our session on Thursday, because we've been playing a lot with Matifa as well, haven't we, from the Ark? He's been sort of jumping online and playing. We've got another chap that is a personal friend of mine from my hometown, and so he's been playing Nezumi. And then you've got Bengar, who's going to be coming on and rinsing it up. So we're talking about possibly doing a Twitch channel, aren't we? Just for laughs. Just so people can jump in and just have a bit of banter and laugh. And, you know, we might have drinking games on there as well if we say certain words and stuff like that. So interactions and stuff. It's an ongoing thing. We don't want to give away the name, but I think the name is pretty darn cool. I'm not going to lie. I think it's awesome. So, yeah, look for news on that, listeners, because we're going to do something like it, be ad hoc as and when we can, scheduling, sort of allowing and stuff. But yeah, It's been fun. We have definitely been playing some good games recently with lots of different cards from all the sets we've been reviewing as well. So they're starting to filter through now. Finally, from Hong Kong, I've got my reformat cards in there. So yeah, games. I just want to play more games.
We're getting games in, guys. So everyone, it's exciting. It's exciting, fun times. I'm not going to lie. Between Dave and myself and a few others, we're finally getting to play the game we love and talk about on this podcast a ton. So we're not just recording; we're actually playing games now. It's super cool. So it's good times.
It's been good. It's been really good.
Right. I think.
So shall we start with this mammoth set?
We've got to, because we've got over 30 characters in this episode. So I feel like we should just. That's right. We're going to just have to go into the characters first. So the Bayformers World Strike set is available for download now. The link is in the description of this on Podbean as well as on YouTube, guys. And by God, it's huge. So I've had not the opportunity to order mine in any way, shape, or form. So Dave has got them all kind of in order. So he's going to tell me what characters I can talk about. And then obviously he'll talk about certain characters as well. Because mine are all over the shop right now. He's the most organised out of both of us at the moment.
It's only because my computer alphabetised it for me.
That's why. And mine doesn't, because I'm a rebellious Mac user. That's why, I guess. Exactly. And
that's what you get, innit? That's what you get.
That's what it is. That's what you get. So, starting off then, with character number 1, Dave. What are we looking at to begin with?
It is a brand new faction character. So this is Alecon Aranik. I think that's how you pronounce it, or Aranik, I don't know. And he is the Killer Croc. He is a new trait. He's an Alecon.
Cool.
He's also a beast, and he is melee. Nice piece of art. He looks very pointy teethy, so yeah, just kind of in line with the Quintessons stuff. 3 attack, 9 health, 2 armor. When he defends, plan 1. When this defends against a non-specialist character, the attacker can't use Pierce this battle.
Pretty good.
He's going to be a tough nut to crack.
It's pretty darn good.
Unless he's against RC, who will kill him. But
RC kills everything.
Yeah, but it's nice to see again another group tackling the problem that we have with the Black Pip and Pierce in general.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he's good. He's 5 stars?
Yeah.
5 stars. Planning 1 when you defend, that's pretty sweet. I'll just put my security checkpoint or handheld blaster on top of my deck. See, he's gonna be a pain in the bum. I can see him being a pain in the bum, like Brawn's a pain in the bum offensively for 5 stars. But for example, there's so many decks now are just running Black Pits because that's just hyper efficient way of getting damage through. This guy could be a real pain in the bum. You put bravery on this guy or point position, just like, come at me, bro. I'm a tough alligator. So yeah, he seems pretty sweet. I think for 5 stars.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a pain in the bum. Should we flip over to bot mode?
Yeah, let's go bot mode.
He loses the beast trait but retains the Alecon one. His attack drops down to 1 and his armor drops down to 0, so he's a lot more feeble in this mode.
Yeah, a very significant drop, isn't it?
Definitely, and the 0 armor as well. But when this attacks and you flip at least a blue, this gains plus attack equal to the number of damage counters on him. So that could be a nice area as he goes out late, tank 2 or 3 attacks and take minimal damage because they can't use Pierce and you're planning your double blues on top of your deck. And then when he swings back, boom, put a fusion borer on or other nasty weapon like Cosmic Rust Cannon or Grenade Launcher and swing. I've got 5 damage counters on me. I get plus 5 attack plus the Grenade Launcher plus his base attack. So I think he can do some nasty stuff sort of 2 or 3 turns in.
Yeah, I'm just thinking right now for interesting plays.
Wait, I still function.
You bring him back. He's got 1 health on him, so he's got 8.
Oh,
so he comes back and he's like 9 attack. Gosh, that's a really interesting interaction right there. That's intense. That's gonna be very naughty.
That's gonna be naughty.
the card we both seem to love at the moment. I Still Function. It's come back. It's come back in a lot.
ISF, yeah, I may have been using that quite a lot recently.
Maybe we brought it back from the depths. I think you and me. We didn't play it for ages, and now we are. It's kind of interesting.
I think it's like when you see characters that have been released that kind of really interact well with it.
Yeah.
It's going to bring it back because obviously there are tons of really good blank pip cards, and depending on your deck at the moment, you might already have sort of 3 to 5 in your deck already, and you don't want to be running too many. So it's kind of like I Still Function has to really be valuable, I think. But Alicon Aranik is going to be really good with it.
Yeah, 100%.
Really good.
I feel like that.
So yeah,
that feels like an auto include in that kind of build, possibly.
Definitely, and it's nice to see them trying to rebalance a bit of the sort of the pendulum swinging back towards the blue as well, because obviously it's been pro orange and pro black. The Arc have swung it back a little bit, and obviously ATP have swung it back with their Jazz Stratagem and stuff. It's nice to see another card, and particularly where you think down the line this Bayformer set is going to be legal with the Arcwave 1 in tournament play. You're going to see this tandem with like Trithillium plating, for example, is going to be strong. And that's card 1. Okay, card 1. So card 2 for you, sir, is another Alicon. It's Alicon Ayuk. Or
Ayuk. Okay.
Ayuk. Yeah.
There we go. It's quoting Uncle Roger almost there. Right, okay, so we're going to go with Ayuk. We're going to go with his alt mode. So very similar traits to what we just talked about the previous Alicon. He's got Alicon as a trait, Beast Melee. He's got 3 attack, 10 health, and 2 defense. So he's got 1 more than his previous counterpart. He's got Tough 1, and it states in his box, when you flip to this mode, return a green or black upgrade from your scrap pile to hand for 5 stars. Yeah.
Again, a really good 5-star character.
Bora. Wah, wah, wah. Like that
Fusion
card.
Bora.
Gosh.
Like Vampark Ribbon. Like I haven't even, I've glanced at the battle cards in this set, and I'm sure there's stuff.
I bet there is stuff. Yeah, like the battle cards I haven't touched. I went straight to characters more than anything with this set, because as soon as like talking to Adam and the others, they were like, yeah, there's Stratagems, there's like other stuff that I like out of like the extended universe. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to look at battle cards. I want to see the characters, what we got, what we can work with. Cool. I like this. Great.
But again, if you think that's like 2 solid 5-star characters, and this guy's tough 1, so it looks like he's going to play well with his counterpart that we've just looked at. So he's going to be good, and there's a lot of good green upgrades as well.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of utility stuff which is really good, like pocket processors. Yeah, it's good times. So his bot mode, he has 4 attack, so he goes up by 1. He has 10 health, and he has 1 armor, so it goes down by 1. He loses obviously the beast trait because he transforms, so everything stays the same. But in his text box it states, when this attacks a non-melee character and you flip at least a blue, this gets +1 until the end of the battle for each blue you flipped. That's right.
That's good.
That's like is it me, or is it kind of a counter to like if you hilariously play Belligerent and someone goes, I'll just end hostilities? That's even better. Thank you. Like it seems like that kind of hilariousness. Like, by God, that's I like that. I 2 characters in, I'm already smiling from ear to ear. This is cool.
Tell me about it. Like, this might as well read, when this attacks one of Lee McAlpin's characters and you flip at least blue, because let's face it, you just play range characters, so this guy's going to annoy the heck out of you.
Yeah, he is. It's not great. It's not going to be fun. Like, if you play Lee, you know what he's going to probably be running. Like, I'm very boring and I'm very repetitive, so I need to probably change it up. It's kind of bad.
It's all good, but I think, ranged is still probably one of the best classes in the game. There's a lot of support for them, so having something that's good against them, I personally really like the synergy with his counterpart. I think him and Aranik are going to be really, really cool together. Yeah. And that's 10 stars. You've still got 15 stars to play with.
That's really cool, because you can have a yin and a yang with those 2, and then you've got 15 stars to add some more fun stuff into the mix. It's really cool. And like we said, we don't know what the battle cards look like at the moment as of recording this. So yeah, when we get to those, we're probably going to be like, oh my gosh, that card's really good with so and so. Oh my gosh, that card's really good with that. So for foreshadowing, I bet there's some fun, crazy shenanigans for Alicons in this.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like them both.
Definitely, and it's cool. It's cool. It's looking great. 2 characters in.
2 characters in.
Ooh, the next one's exciting. It's exciting for me.
Go for it. What are we looking at?
It's a big boy.
A big boy?
We both. It is a big boy. It is Alpha Sentinel, the Dark Guardian relic.
This big boy. I forgot they made a big boy in this set.
They did make a big boy. He is a Guardian. So it's the second Titan-sized Guardian the game's got, as far as I'm aware. Apologies, any other creators that have made other Guardians. I know Eddie made a couple in his crossovers, but they were like smaller bots. So this is Titan-sized big boy Guardian, spaceship tank ranged. So he's like Omega Supreme.
Yeah. Cool artwork as well.
He even looks like it looks like Omega Supreme. Yeah, that's amazing. He's 4 attack, 23 health, 3 armor. Solid stat line there. At the start of each turn, if all untapped enemies have 10 stars or more total, each of your characters gets +1 until the end of turn for each of your other characters. So +1 armor. And he is, what, 16 stars?
Yeah.
So you've got 9 stars to play with. You could be looking at a 3 wider here with him.
Most definitely 3 wide. Interesting.
You know, because how much was Wave 2 Omega Supreme?
Wave 2 Omega
the
Supreme.
promo one. How many stars? He's 19, isn't he?
Let me just have a look because I have him here. Let's go. He was. Here we go. Yeah, he was 19.
So it's a very similar stat line to that one.
Yeah.
But they've reduced the star cost accordingly, because I still believe, as fun as playing Wave 2 Omega Supreme is, he's just overcosted.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't hold up, you know, like
100%.
The only Omega Supreme that I've enjoyed playing with as a captain. You know, I always get frustrated, so it's nice to see them drop it down so this can be a wider team. So that's interesting. And the defensive buff, again, is just, so far they're looking, Quintessons are looking quite defensive at the moment, shall we say.
I really like it. We'll have to see what shenanigans might ensue, because obviously you've got some fun Guardian upgrades that were available in Arc Wave 1. We don't know what's obviously coming in Wave 2. We don't know what's in this set because we haven't got to them yet. But yeah, I'm 2 thumbs up from me, because I love, well,
Definitely.
we both love running big boys, and he's a pretty solid big boy right now.
So in bot mode, he keeps the Guardian trait, he loses the vehicle ones, and he goes to being a melee character,
so
which is interesting. Range. So he's ranged in 1.
Ranged in 1.
Which is interesting. How much is his attack, Lee? Because that is a big number.
Wow, I almost swore. 8. That's mad. That's a big boy. It's a big boy.
That is a big attack value. 0 armor, mind you.
But with 8, you're not complaining.
Exactly. And he can just kind of weather the storm until it's time to strike, and I like that. When one of your characters takes attack damage, choose 1. You may do 1 damage to this. If you do 1 damage to the attacker after the battle. You may do 1 damage to this. If you do, repair 1 damage from one of your other characters after the battle. I like that a lot. That's a real nice supporting role. You know, you spread those toolboxes around your other guys. This guy's going to keep them alive.
Blue heal at the moment from like the first 3 characters I'm feeling. Like, it's kind of like a blue bugs kind of feely at the moment, but I like this guy.
He's
really
good,
cool.
good. You know, sort of the ping damage as well, because it's not just when he takes attack damage, it's when one of your characters takes attack damage. So you could, for example, have Alicon guy, Aranik, swing with him on turn 1. They swing back into the Alicon, and he takes like 2 damage or whatever after he's done his blue flips, and then you've already flipped Alpha Sentinel on your first turn, and you're shooting them for the privilege of attacking your own character. I think that is really cool.
It's cool. He seems like a really cool, like, utility kind of, like, character in a way. Like, sure, he can hit you for 8 and whatever else you want to put on him, but, like, the ability of bouncing around damage and then also healing himself and even other characters as well, that's pretty cool. Like, I really like it. It's like a really it's like a giant toolbox. It's really interesting. I like it. I like it a lot.
So yeah, that's Alpha Sentinel, the Dark Guardian relic.
True. Right, what are we looking at next, Dave?
You've got a spicy one. You've got Armada, Herald of Shrouds.
Right, Armada, Herald of Shrouds. Okay, so, plane, spaceship, specialist. What? That's pretty cool. Just saying, across the board, that's pretty darn good. He's got 3 attack, he's got 11 health, 0 defense in alt mode. This has stealth while tapped. And then this has +1 attack and +1 defense for each of your untapped spaceships. And he has 7 stars. And his icon, which has kind of got me kind of like smiling from ear to ear right now, is in the bottom, it's halved. It is a Decepticon and a Unicron logo from obviously the Unicron raid. So that's quite interesting, Dave.
It's a dual faction card. I like that. I don't know too much about Armada, like from a lore perspective, but he looks very Cyclonus.
Yeah, very Cyclonus crossed with Dirge as well. Kind of the color scheme of Dirge. So he's really cool. I'm trying to think what other spaceship, kind of. Arcwave 1 sweeps. Yeah, sweeps.
Send this guy in on turn 1. You've got 3 sweeps on the board because they got Horde. So I'm just trying to do the math without looking up all the cards. So Scourge from Arcwave 1 is 8 stars. So it's 8, 11, 14, 17, but you get +1 star for each sweep. So it'll be 17. So you'd still have 10 stars left. You can run this, Scourge, and 3 sweeps.
Interesting. And that's a very cool kind of themey looking build as well. It can be quite interesting. Like this guy, obviously, if you were going to run that build, seems quite the heavy hitter. That's
definitely. Turn 1, swing with this guy. He's going to have 7 attack because you'll have 4 other spaceships.
It's true.
And then
that is true.
He'll have 4 armor.
That is true. I'll be worried to probably go in with him first because obviously if he has stealth while tapped, that's fine. But obviously if there's no one else tapped, you have to attack the able character, right?
Yeah, but turn 2. The thing is, he's got 4 armor in that particular loadout.
Oh yeah, he would be. He would have 4 armor in that loadout. He would.
So you swing in. He's going to take a couple of damage on the backswing, but then you swing in with a sweep next turn, and they've got to go into the sweep or Scourge.
Yeah.
So,
oh god, that's fun.
Again, it's just showing the synergy between the two because these are very closely related sets. Obviously, they're designed to work with each other. So that's what, a 5-wide spaceship team. That's going to actually be quite frightening.
Shenanigans.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Indeed. And he's a specialist as well, so you can do cheeky specialist stuff, and you can unconventional flying object. There's loads of cool stuff that this guy's going to be able to do. I love it. I love it.
Well, in bot mode, he loses a lot of things because, he loses specialist, he uses plane, he gains ranged even, sorry. So he loses 3 traits and gains 1. So he's all over the shop. It's quite interesting for trying to build him. Like, it's quite interesting with all his traits. But in bot mode, he's got 5 attack, 11 health, and 0 defense. And it says when your opponent has a tap ability of one of their characters, or an opponent's card causes exactly one of their characters to untap this, or one of your spaceships that has the same number of stars or fewer than that enemy, then flip this. Yeah, that's a very, very, I think, specific niche thing, isn't it? But it's super cool.
It is, but you do see a lot of cars decks.
Yeah, it's 100% true.
But we see a lot of cars decks because we play on Metaphor all the time.
And you play cards as well, so you're a filthy cards player as well, mate.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. That's a really, really good thing. And I like how he's going to, they can go, well, I'm going to turbo boost as my car. You go, okay, I'll untap a sweep, so you can't kill it, and then I'll flip him back to high armor mode. Oh, that's good. It's going to be good. I like this guy. I like him
really,
a lot.
really interesting. How he can be built is going to be quite interesting as well. Like, I'm just looking at this, 3 traits in one, and then on the other he's got another one. So technically he's 4 different traits. Interesting character, very interesting to probably build a deck around as well, just because of some of the shenanigans. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It's very different and very unique, which I think is really cool to...
yeah.
Definitely the first
really
unique
good.
kind of character in this set so far, which is kind of cool to see.
And I love the dual faction thing. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. There's probably a card for that, I guess. Maybe. There's
Who
probably
knows?
something.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Right. Next character we're going to be looking at, Autobot Countdown. Who is the Aerospace Commander. Now, Arcwave 1 had Specialist Countdown to help out Amiga Supreme.
Yes.
And let's see what this one does, because this is obviously his Earth mode. He is a leader, which is interesting. Car and Specialist at 4 stars, so a lovely low cost, great traits on there as well. Leader and Specialist, I like. He can hold the Matrix for Optimus Prime for a bit, you know. Dinky stats 361, but he's only 4 stars, and he's got stealth while untapped, so very reminiscent of the patrols. And his counterpart in the Ark had stealth whilst you had Omega Supreme.
Yep.
So I liked that. And then he reads, when your Guardian or your Omega Supreme takes 2 or more attack damage without being KO'd, move 1 damage counter from it to the attacker. Well, that's cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
He's going to play nicely with, obviously, his counterpart in his faction. But just who have we just looked at? Alpha Sentinel.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Alpha Sentinel and him could be very interesting. There's a tasty combo right there. Oh, my God.
Yeah. A really spicy piece of art on this one as well. I really like that alt mode art.
Yeah.
That's really,
it's super, super cool artwork.
Hyper efficient as well. Like, 4 stars. It's a really, really strong little character, I think.
Yeah. Definitely for 4 stars, you can't complain.
Definitely not. So bot mode, zooming in here, there we go. Autobot Countdown. He's leader still and specialist, so retains those. His attack drops down to 1. His armor it stays the same at 1. He has attack plus attack equal to the lowest attack from among your Amiga Supremes or Guardians in your KO area. This has plus armor equal to the lowest armor from among your Amiga Supremes or Guardians in your KO area. Whoa. Take down Amiga Supreme. Or Alpha Sentinel. Think of this in Alpha Sentinel. So you've got Alpha Sentinel in your KO area. Countdown gets plus 8 attack.
Well, if you're allowing him to. I feel like this bad boy is definitely going to be target of a lot of
board.
like a lot of Camion crashes, and you know he is basically Autobot colors, isn't he? So yeah, that Magray, oh, what a poor guy. But then again, there's ways of keeping him alive, and there's also ways of giving him more health and healing. So yeah, there's just possibly that hilariousness of going, well, you can have this, you can have that, but I'm just going to come and hit you for that much. Seems pretty ridiculous.
He's incredibly good for 4 stars.
Yeah, he's very good for 4 stars.
Incredibly good.
You cannot argue with 4 stars, to be honest.
You know, and if you can protect him, like Wave 2 Amiga Supreme could shield him because he can siphon off 2 damage as well. There's definite scope for this guy. I personally, I think he would shine with Alpha Sentinel.
Yeah.
Because you could still have a 5-star character as well.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Moving on to another Autobot for you, sir, and it's Autobot Pipes.
Okay, so Autobot Pipes, well, why do I have to have that name? Is that Idiosyncratic Collector? Idiosyncratic, yeah. See, love, give me the trickiest names to say.
I'm like your English teacher.
It is 100% true, Dave. 100% true. So he's truck, he's melee. He's got 3 attack, 10 health, 2 defense. whilst in alt mode, and the card states, if one of your boats or characters with 2 alt modes would take 2 or more attack damage, instead you may have this take 2 of that damage and your other character takes the rest. Very interesting that it's specifically says boats.
Indeed, and there's not many boats at the moment. Like, again, we've not looked through this entire set, but you've got what? Sea Spray from the Ark, Nautica, Sea Watch?
Yes, I think that might be it.
You've got plenty of triple changes. Dare I say Sergeant Springer.
The Spring.
That one that Wes said whenever they're looking at cars, they've got to work out whether it's going to be sprung or not.
Yeah.
This is stupid Sergeant Springer.
Mate, that car.
But he's going to pair nicely with, well, that's a great one to pair with, but there's also Sandstorm, Blitzwing. We always say we want Blitzwing to be a bit better. Pipes could be really good with Blitzwing. Blitzwing's got Brave. Pipes can siphon off some of that damage.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's only 6 stars, so he's nice and cheap.
He's good. He's really good. I like him already. So moving on to his bot mode then. He gains the specialist traits. So again, another character that goes from having truck and melee, or should we say different traits in one mode to a different traits in another. So he gains specialist in this mode. He goes to 4 attack. He's got 10 health still, and he goes to 0 defense. And then it states in his card, when an upgrade with 1 or more battle icons is scrapped from one of your other characters, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If you do, and it has the same number of battle icons as the scrapped upgrade, you may put the scrapped upgrade onto this. Wow, okay, so I'm just trying to think of like dual icons. You've got the armors that grant special additional defense bonuses. You've got other weapons like, your Nobles blasters, your Scoundrels blasters. Dare I say it, Bashing Shield would be hilarious to get this trigger off, Yeah, Bashing Shield, Battens, Attack Drones, Vampark Ribbon. It's good, man.
There's loads of really, really spicy two pip cards, and it's not really that hard to build the majority of your deck two pips, is it? Let's face it.
I remember when a few of our guys in our meta were running some of the new Titans and stuff like that and trying to run overwhelming advantage with some stuff like that. You can easily build decks with just 2 color pips. Cards, no single pips.
Oh, definitely.
So there's a lot of stuff out there now, guys. So you could hilariously build a deck with so many different pips and whatever that pipes can go off. That'd be fun. That'd be very, very interesting.
Yeah. Just think of him with overwhelming advantage. If you're trying to build that engine, that's another bit of help. Insurance you've got to try and keep that combo together, because that's one of the hard things with OA is if it gets disrupted, you can not go off with it, but having a character that kind of protects that.
But also because he's a specialist, you can also have field communicator, so you can play another card off top. So another way around of building up your overwhelming as well. Maybe this guy was made to make overwhelming work even better.
Looking at cards that have historically suffered from removal, like Magnus Armor, and when we reviewed the Arc set, Apex Armor, they're both really, really amazing bits of armor, but they get blown up all the time. So having a character that can protect them is key.
I think this guy is definitely... I could see him being played with Magnus. I could see me possibly playing in the future with Magnus, because truck, living the dream. Like, there's some synergy already, so...
Yeah.
Man, it's really interesting. I like it.
He's cool. Yeah. I do like him. I think he's going to do quite a lot for relatively few stars.
2 thumbs up for Autobot Pipes. Really good. Really interesting design as well. Really cool.
Totally. So we're on to another Autobot. And I think this was one that was kind of, everyone was a bit sad that he wasn't in Wizards Waves. And this is Autobot Powerglide. The haughty show-off. He's a plane. He's an aerial bot. And he's ranged. He's only 4 stars, so he's only got little boy stats. He's 252. When this battles and you flip at least 1 blue weapon, at the end of the battle you may swap a card from your hand with one of the blue weapons you flip this battle. This can't flip to its upgrade side. We'll come to that in a minute. When this is KO'd, play its upgrade side. That is the blue thing is really good. I flipped an Energon Axe. I'll swap my handheld blaster for that Energon Axe.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to think as well, like other blue upgrades. You've got the I always forget it. Is it Unflinching Courage or whatever it is? The blue-black weapon. You can have that as well because that's Bolt 2. That's interesting.
Yes. Yeah. Bolt 2. I'm trying to think of Laser Cutlass is really good. Blue weapon.
It's true, and it will work well with him as well because he's 4 stars. So yeah, there you go. There's another one.
Should we look at his bot mode first, and then we'll go to his upgrade mode?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
Crazy. So this is like a triple changer.
In a way, yeah. It's a
triple changer meets Battle Master. It's pretty cool. In fact, he's triple changer Battle Master, or I don't know, whatever he is. He's cool. He's cool.
He's a show off, no matter what it is.
This is a show off. He retains the range mode. He has 3 attack, so he goes up an attack, drops an armor, and it says if 1 or more damage counters would onto one of your other characters from an enemy, move those counters onto this instead. Then, if this is not KO'd, repair 1 damage from it. This can't flip to its upgrade side. When this is KO'd, play its upgrade side. So yeah, he's pretty good. I think he's the kind of guy that you go in with last. So even though he's a show-off, you probably don't want him to just get punted off the board, you know, first thing. Yeah. So you probably go in with him last. He's just, I like him because Horrible's a horrible character and very prevalent. So it's nice to see kind of like an answer to that damage movement. You know, you've got Assault Formation from the Arc as well. I'm playing that a lot, and that is another damage movement effect. And a very, very strong card because it's 3 colors.
Yep.
So yeah, he's got a really relevant ability. I like it. And then like, you know, you've moved 1 damage. I've not been KO'd. I'll just repair that damage.
Yeah, it is very good. I like it a lot. I think it's an interesting take on Power Glide because to me, Power Glide is a bit more of a bot. But hey, I like this idea design they've made for him. So it's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
You know, considering he's an A10 Thunderbolt, he's quite puny, which I'd have maybe expected a slightly beefier version of Power Glide, particularly because in the show he's normally first in for the Autobots and that. So it's an interesting take, but it's a very, very good. He's a very strong utility bot, isn't he? He does quite a lot for very little stars. Again, that's another character. So far we've had several low star cost characters that do an awful lot for their star cost.
100% true. But it's good to have that. It's good to interestingly have low costing characters that can punch a little bit above their weight, which is good to see because obviously you need to find that balance when it comes to having star costs for characters. So it's good to see that design kind of be, not in a way exploited, but used in this set so far. It's really cool to see that.
Definitely. So he's got this 3rd side, which is the upgrade Battlemaster side, and he turns into a S2 thermal reciprocator. Whatever one of those is.
Yeah, I'm glad you've got these words. Jesus. I'll be struggling.
So he turns into a weapon, and he gives the character he upgrades +2 attack. And when the upgraded character attacks and the defender flips at least black, this has Pierce equal to this upgrade's attack. If this would leave the battlefield, KO instead.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of black pips out there, so you're quite likely to run into a black pips in your deck. And if they're running like dual wield or what's the other one? Double black pip. Brain's gone dead. From wave 4, there was another one where it gives all your characters Pierce 2. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It's coming on the screen now. It's yeah, it's got Hot Rod and others on it, hasn't it? So yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, but there's quite a lot of solid black cards. Anyway, you know, you steady shots everywhere. Fight for position, fusion borer. There's so many played black cards that he's quite often going to trigger. You know, he's going to get the Pierce, which could be relevant, particularly if blue decks are being made stronger by by this set, and obviously Trithillium from the Ark, and Here's the Thing from Alpha Trion. So
yeah, the card designated target, mate. There we go. That was the card we were talking about.
That's the card.
That's the
I
card.
remember now.
There we go.
But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to have Power Glide in the game, isn't it? I think you know, he was sorely missed from the official waves. He's an iconic character, particularly season 2 of Transformers, is where he was in it an awful lot.
100%.
So it's nice to have him in the game. It's kind of weird, isn't it? 'Cause he's a battle master that doesn't really want to get stuck in straight away. He kind of wants to lurk back and do his utility stuff.
Yeah, it's for me. I feel like how they've designed this is kind of similar to how Wizards did Sergeant Six Gun, because Sergeant Six Gun obviously was just a normal bot in the Metroplex deck, but then in later waves he came out and he was a weaponizer, which was cool to see. So fingers crossed we might be seeing a Power Glide in the future, because there's a few, like, I don't know, I think we've talked about it enough. We want a Hoist. I think Power Glide's definitely up there as well, possibly, Dave, for both of us to have in the game. Like, there's a few Autobots we still haven't had that Wizards didn't have the opportunity to put in the game. So, yeah, get on it in the nicest way possible.
Totally.
You guys know out there who what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's really good for 4 stars. I'm just trying to think of, like, it's about timing when you just go in to become that battle master as well, isn't it? You know, he's got a lot of versatility there. So your next character, unless you want to say anything more about Power Glide, he's only got one. He's only got one mode. Your next character. It's a bit sad.
Oh, that's all right. I'm okay with that.
He's Axor.
Okay.
The opportunistic fencer.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, okay, so Axor, he is an action master, and he's ranged. It's like Dave says, he only has one mode, which is bot mode, which is kind of cool. So on the screen now, as you guys are seeing it on the YouTubes, you can see there's a full artwork of the back, which is really nice to see. So if you're listening to this audioly, when you download it, you'll see which obviously is Axor. But he's got 2 attack, he's got 12 health, he has 2 defense, and overall he is 8 stars. So with 8 stars, you get the ability built in here, guys. When one of your other characters battles, you may move a weapon or armor from them to this after the battle. If that character is a mercenary, use one of its bounty abilities. Holy crap on a crap stick. Like, that is interesting. Like, think of powerful mercs, Dave, with bounty abilities. Like Octone is probably the prevalent.
Octone.
I'm just thinking of others outside the box.
I love how we both said that.
Like
Detritus is really good as well. Like, if you can trigger Detritus, it's repair. Lockdowns is alright.
It's not bad.
Nightbirds, play an action from your opponent's scrap pile.
That's true. That's true.
There's
a few.
There's a lot of cool
interactions with this character. I think it's really interesting that they've decided to go that route with this character as well. Like giving some love to the bounty ability, because I do feel as soon as Mercs got put in the game, that kind of got forgotten about. Like a lot of other things in the game, that an ability that was really cool, like Safeguard, got forgotten about. Bounty abilities got forgotten about.
Yeah,
like, it's cool to see a little bit of love for an ability that kind of lost its way in the game, should we say.
Definitely. Well, it was all the big thing, wasn't it, in Wave 4? It's like, look, we've got new factions, mercenaries, they have these really cool bounty abilities. Wave 5, there's none.
Yeah.
None. We're giving you headmasters instead. And then obviously we sadly, well, I don't know if I am sad about them cancelling now, because I just think there's way cooler stuff now we're getting from, these sets that are coming out. There's some really good stuff. Yeah, he's cool. It's interesting to see an Action Master, because it's obviously not something that was in the game previously. And obviously he's only got the one mode. He's only got the robot mode. So
he is very cool. Very cool indeed. Oh God.
Next up,
this guy.
What a name. Crash Bash.
Custom artwork, I believe, is the name of this game.
Ocean Terror. Another beast. He's melee. 4 attack. 10 health, 2 armor. When this attacks and flips a number of orange less than or equal to his armor, he gets +2 attack until end of battle. So if you're running him in a mixed pip deck that is a little bit more heavy on the blue, this is kind of 6 attack.
Yeah.
For 6 stars. That's quite good.
It is quite good. Also, in the text box, Dave, it says this begins with a character on him in head mode. So he is a Titan.
Oh, he's a Titan master as well.
For 6.
Yeah. Oh, Titan, yes. Yes.
For 6.
Ooh.
That's scary.
That's cheap. That's Fangry territory. That's horrible territory.
Yeah,
is this a dangerous thing to be doing? Did we need any more good Decepticon 6-star Titans?
Did we? Did we need it, guys? Let's think. Some people are probably saying, screaming out no right now. And there might be some screaming out yes. So you be the judge in a way, you know?
Yeah, so that's it. Let us know in the comments.
Exactly.
Do you think we needed another 6-star Titan? Personally, I don't think his ability in this mode's that oppressive, and is designed more for a defensive deck, which again falls in line with the Alicons and the other smaller characters that we've been looking at earlier.
Yeah, 100%. 100% with the smaller guys. Definitely.
Be interesting to see. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what the head's like for this guy, because I'm guessing if you're making a new Titan, a new Titan Master, so
I believe his head is in it. I've definitely seen a head.
I think it is.
sort.
Yeah.
There is a head at some point. We will get to, and we'll be like, oh, it's his head. That's most probably.
Yeah, hopefully it's good enough to play over like Kreb, Briscoe, and Grax.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
That's my gripe with the Time Masters. Yeah. It was like, yeah, we've made all these cool bodies and all these cool heads, but only 3 of them are like gonna see serious play, and maybe Parsec, and you know.
True.
Like, you've been running Doomshot recently, but you know, like you don't see a lot of them if they're not the health heads.
Yeah.
Particularly when they've got a body like this guy. So flipping to body mode, stays in the melee tray, is 4 attacks, so no change to the attack, drops an armor. So, you know, looking at the health pool, 10 health for a Titan is quite low.
Yeah, very low.
So I can just see this being like Kreb, Briscoe, and Grax being staple to it. But when this does attack damage to an enemy without KOing it, and you flipped at least orange-blue, you may move that damage from that enemy to another enemy. So that's really interesting.
Okay.
That's really interesting. So
yeah, okay. No, you say what you're going to say, Dave. I know what I'm going to say. This is
well, you can do some naughty stuff, you know, if you're building it to be kind of mixed but not heavy orange, you know, so you're running a couple of like the orange blue cards, light rollout, maybe Matrix, you know, star cards, there's plenty of them that are dual color as well. You could not be hitting that hard, doing a few damage, but then moving it across and KOing a character.
Right. My first things that come into this, obviously thinking of this set, is one of the first 2 we talked about. He swings and attacks for how much damage he has on him. That's pretty strong with this guy.
Yeah.
Also, it's kind of in their territory when you think about it, because you've also got the ability of going, oh yeah, I'm putting damage on something that they're holding back, but then we do live in the hilariousness of when stuff's damaged, you get to play Energon X on it. You get to do other things on it.
There's always the danger.
There's always little dangers like that.
There's always the danger of Energon X being slapped down on something to hurt you.
100%. 100%.
I think it's an interesting ability. Personal reservations are: did we need another 6-star Titan Master? I don't think, or 6-star, you know, Titan that has a head on it. I don't know. I think you could. Just thinking you could do Horrible, Crash Bash, and Fangry all in the same build.
That's fun. That does sound interesting. I would personally not play that because I have a soul.
You've got 7 stars. Yeah, yeah, totally. You've got 7 stars to play with as well.
Yeah.
So you're effectively playing a 6-wide team.
Dirty.
This is going to take some time. Everything's very dirty.
But from a design perspective, if those other 2 cheap Titan Masters weren't in the game, I like it. I think it's got a really cool ability. It's different. I like that. My reservations are it's just another Titan Master.
Great card design. It's just unfortunate that it's like it rubs us all the wrong way just because there is another Titan Master that it can be ran with. I think that's the thing. It's great, don't get us wrong, but it's like, there's the one we forgot about, Dave. That's the one that I'm thinking in the back of my head. Like, oh dear God, not that guy.
God, because you can run Quake. You can run Quake at 7. Fang. You could run Horrible, Quake, Horrible, this guy, and 3 heads.
Moving on. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. We know some beautiful souls are going to be out there playing that, and shame on you.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
To quote Game of Thrones right there, shame. If I go against it, I will need to buy a bottle, I guess, because I would definitely be like, oh, shame. But no, really good design, guys. We can't knock you for that. Like,
just gonna
yeah,
rage
we'll just
quick.
be like, right, 1 second, let me just punch something in my room. No, really awesome design, guys. Obviously, you know, Decepticon Titans leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So fair play to you for making it. Fair play. Fair play for regurgitating that taste back into our mouths. Thank you. It's all jokes. It's all jokes. It's all jokes. So what character are we moving on to next, Dave?
You have got Decepticon Double Crosser.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. So I have Double Cross. The Shield Bros, basically, is the best way of describing it. So Decepticon Double Cross, he's a Battle Master. He is melee. He has 4 attack, 11 health, 1 armor. Or should we say, 1 armor, 1 defense, whatever you want to call it. And then in this box, in his text box, it states, when an enemy Titan Master deploys during your turn, while this is untapped, you get an extra attack this turn, but only with this against that Titan Master. This may attack as though that Titan Master were tapped. And then it's obviously when this is KO'd, play on its upgrade side. This is 7 stars.
We've just been moaning about Titans and Titan Masters.
This guy gives the middle finger to him.
Totally. Here's a guy that does some work against it. You know, trying to think of the other fan sets we've looked at so far. The only card that I can think of that was specifically targeting this issue was Eddie's Decollated from his reformatted set. It's cool that this issue has been acknowledged. Obviously, Alpha Trion protocols have acknowledged it by making a format where you're only allowed to take 1. So, you know, it is acknowledged that Titan Masters were a bit above the curve. So it's really cool, you know, despite our lamenting a moment ago, that we've actually got a answer to it. So I like that.
Yeah,
I think
I like it a lot. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you've deployed your Titan. I know I'm going to kill your little Titan Master. I'm going to kill the body. Out pops the head. Oh, I'll come in and him. And, I'll hit him as well. Sorry, you're going to have to beat that out.
Oh, that's fine. I completely agree with you. You were off the board. I completely agree with that. It's great. Like, I really think that was always the thing. Like, that little guy gets to come in and swing at you. Well, hilariously, you can put a grenade launcher, supercharger, all the other fun stuff on it, because that's what you would run with Fangry, and you're just kind of like... So this guy hits as hard as Fangry, and he's got, like, 3 health. That's kind of BS. So this is kind of a nice thing to just do the... it's become more of a tradition on this thing. To Stone Cold Steve Austin... That's right. 2 middle fingers up at him going, not today, Sonny. I'm going to get an attack.
I was going to say he's got a lot of health for a Battle Master as well, so he can stay in the fight. So I like it.
It's nice to see. Like, obviously, he's a lot of stars for a Battle Master, but that's obviously definitely shown in the health department and the stats department, I believe. So it's very, very good to see. Right, we'll flip him over to his armor mode. So obviously, when he KOs, you get to put this on a character. After the attacker flips battle cards while this is defending, reduce the attacker's pierce total by this character's... defense, shall we say. If this would leave the battlefield, put it into your KO area instead.
There's another anti-pierce card.
There's another anti-pierce card with... Wow. Yeah, what can we say, Dave? That's a pretty awesome... Wow.
It's addressing 2 problems in the meta game. Heads, pierce.
Oh, I was waiting for head,
like
shoulders,
it.
knees, and toes, but no, we would definitely go with
Head,
heads.
shoulders, knees.
Exactly.
Yeah. My children aren't here at the moment. It's fine. I won't break into random song. It's really good. I like that a lot. He's kind of sitting in the same star class as what Aimless was, and Aimless was a great defensive battle master for ages. You know, your buddy Mondo was running Aimless and General Megs, wasn't he? Back
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
John Open in London. So it's really cool to see a similar costed battle master. Adaptive for the new meta, because obviously Aimless is a bit meh now because Pierce just kills him. Like, you don't really care if he flips a bajillion cards.
Although, to be honest, he's also hilarious. Like, I have been tweaking the General Megs deck of Mondos with some of the art cards and some of the Alpha Trion Protocol cards, and that card, Aimless, can stick around with Trifilium, just saying is all. Which
definitely.
makes everyone
put Bravery and Trifilium on him. Ugh.
Yeah, no, exactly. There we go. I think I just made Dave throw up in his mouth a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Where's my beer?
Where's my beer? Got to wash that back down. But no, I really like it. I think the one thing I really like about it as well is the artwork. Like, it's Skytread's on there using the shield. I thought that was really cool. That's a nice touch. I like Skytread. I like Skytread. Everyone knows. No,
I know. I still have nightmares about Skytread after losing to him.
Yeah, but come on, mate. Skytread's like, when the hell are you ever going to see Sky? Oh, wait a minute, you do in the Deck Tech Challenge. But whenever are you going to really see him? Like, funny enough, I do see him when we've played Primus games as well. So there is formats that he gets played in. So he can lurk from the shadows and come back, which is great. Which is, kind of nice. Double Cross, definitely something I might be looking at, possibly with an Astro Train build. Just saying, is all maybe in the not too distant future.
Oh, that'd be rather good, wouldn't it? Him and Astro Train.
Yeah, just saying as all.
Yes. Right. So again, it's cool to have a Battle Master as well. So we've had Power Glide and Double Crosser. So moving on, we have got another dual faction character. This is Decepticon Exhaust, the consumptive condottiere.
Bloody hell. Could you pick easier names, guys, please? Pick easier names.
He's a car, he's melee, he's got 5 attack, 13 health, 1 armor. At the start of each turn, you may do 1 damage to this. Each turn, this has +1 attack and +1 armor for each time he has taken damage or has had damage counters moved onto him during that turn. 8 stars.
Oh, shenanigans.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Evil shenanigans. I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
So, start a turn, I'll do damage to him. Then I'll play Camion Crash and do another damage to him and do 2 damage to you. Then I'll put my ENERGON axe on him because he's now damaged. And then I'll swing. And then next turn I'll play Start Your Engines and do it all over again.
I think we've just got a really good Decepticon car here, bro.
Really, really good cost as well. Like 8. 8's a really, really good star cost for a car.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a lot of flexibility with what other cars you can put him with.
Oh gosh, I just realised he's dual pipped as well.
Well, dare I say,
he's Decepticon, so he gets the broken, not broken, but the good mercenary card as well, doesn't he?
Opportune Offensive.
Oh god.
So you've got
Mag Ray.
You've got a lot of latitude.
What a fun stuff.
Yeah,
wow.
Obviously, I am slightly biased because I like my cars. I'll tell you who I've been using a lot. Jazz from Arcwave 1. Arcwave 1 Jazz is really good. He's going to be really good with this guy because you consistently get turbo boosters or start your engines or ready for action back with Jazz.
Wow, okay. I like that idea because also here's a Merc, so it opens up to opportune offensive, opportune repairs. With that idea in mind, that is horrific. And we haven't even looked at his bot mode. Jesus, that's a very, very strong card to begin with. Holy crap on a crap stick. That is ridiculous.
Well, but that's the crazy alt mode. We haven't even got to this side.
What's he got to do? Bot mode?
He just has the melee trait in this mode. He's got 1 less attack, so 4. Goes up in armor to 2. And he has a bounty ability, so when he does enough damage to attack damage to KO an enemy, use this card's bounty ability. It says, bounty, move 1 damage counter from this to another character. That is hella cool.
It is hella cool.
I love him. This is probably my favourite. It's no surprise because it's a car, so it's probably my favourite car so
There we go,
far.
done. It's favourite.
I like cars.
I like cars.
I don't even drive. I don't even drive in real life. I don't drive.
Just like
But I like cars. They go fast. But the dual faction thing's very cool. Not Autobot. Decepticon Mercenary is very, very cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
It is really cool. I do like it as well.
Ooh. We're back to the Quintessons for your next card. It's Deliberator, the Judger and the Judged.
Okay, so we've got Deliberator. Oh, mate. And it's the best. Okay, so growing up, there's a few heads I like. This head looked the coolest head. It rarely talked, but I was like, that head looks awesome. Period. But anyway, Deliberator, Judger and the Judged. It's a leader, it's a judge, it's a specialist. Its stats is 1 attack, 16 health, 2 armor. Jesus. Like we stated, 10 stars is his cost, and in his text box, guys, it says, scrap a green card from your hand. If you do, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. If they include at least a green pip, put both of them into your hand. Otherwise, scrap them. Then, scrap cards from your hand equal to 3 minus the number of tentacles on this. Then, untap one of your Quintessons that has 4 or fewer stars. Okay, that's a lot to take in right now because we haven't really talked about, we haven't seen any of the real, should we say, Quintessons yet.
No,
but
I think
shenanigans might ensue.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really. Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
Yeah, I think this is one we probably come back to when we look at the battle cards, because I believe tentacles are in the battle cards.
Yeah, I'm assuming
This ability is a tap ability as well, so it's tap, because it says just underneath his armor, it says tap, choose one.
Yeah. And
then you do, so you can use him for like a bit of card draw engine or some untapped shenanigans. So it'd be interesting to see how I think we would probably revisit this guy later on.
Most definitely.
Because we can't really talk in context of just how good he's going to be. But from a card draw mechanic, I do like the scrap a green card from your hand, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. That could be cool. But I can't really say what role he plays until we know a little bit more. So
100% true.
To be continued.
To be continued on that guy, but also the fact is just the ability of scrapping stuff and all that other fun shenanigans. Dare I say, as an escape idea might have to come into play possibly. I don't know. That might be very interesting with that guy. Just saying. It's all. But hopefully when we get to the battle cards, we'll be like Tentacle. Oh, Epiphany! Ding! There it is. That's what we need to do.
Let's
revisit this guy again. But yeah, I'm assuming there's something interesting. My general thoughts are 10 stars, 16 health. Wowzers. I like the ability. There is it says on the card, choose one, which is a tap ability. So you can tap him to choose one of the following, which is scrap a green card from your hand and do this, or scrap cards from your hand equal to 3 to the minus of whatever tentacles you have. So he seems like a utility piece, which is quite interesting with some of the cards we've already looked at. Those things will be going in, hitting and doing fun shenanigans. This seems to be kind of interesting how it might play with a utility aspect of the deck, maybe. So I like it. It might be interesting.
Yeah. I think anything that has the ability to either add cards to your hand or untap in this game is very strong. So I do think he's going to shine when we know exactly what to do with him.
Yeah. And I guess when we get to that Tentacles card, we'll then be like, right, that guy, that judge of the Quintessons we talked about and skipped over a little bit, let's revisit that in part 2, probably, because that's what we're going to be doing in part 2, talking about the battle cards. So, scamming over, Dave, the next character.
Well, this one is another Quintesson, and it's General Gyrick. I think that's how you say it. The Grievous Executioner. He's also a leader. He is ranged, 6 attack, 14 health, 2 armor. He is 11 stars. Yep, 11 stars. So that's a good stat line for 11. Enemies have -1 health during your turn. Ugh.
That's funny.
Ugh.
That's really funny.
That's naughty. When this attacks, choose an enemy character. This gains or gets bold and pierce until the end of turn, equal to the number of battle icons on their utilities.
Okay, interesting.
Then scrap a utility from that character. Is this a bit of a hoser for Galaxy Prime and Roddy from the Ark?
But it is kind of cool how he is obviously the guy who just pushes a lever and people fall in and get eaten by Stratagems. So, you know, it's pretty cool. Just saying. He has the most easiest execution job ever. He just basically just pulls the lever down. That's his executioner. He just takes away. He basically takes the plank off people, which basically is what his job is. He just stands there and just pulls a lever, guys. That's the most easiest job ever. He probably just has to put up with loads of different personalities, obviously because of the Quintessons. But other than that, you know, it's all right having 6 different bosses, I guess, you know, or 5, or how many other faces you have on the Quintessons. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I like the idea. I think it's interesting that you give him bold and pierced equal to the number of battle icons on people's utilities. Because let's think about it. Utilities. Let's look at what we have. We've got Matrix Leadership. There's 2 already. I'm thinking off the top of my head.
Decepticon Crown is commonly played with overwhelming advantage. Spare parts.
Yep. Backup bag.
Yep. So gaining bold, you know, even if they've only got 1 dual color, gaining bold 2 and pierce 2 isn't shabby. But if it's Galaxy Prime and he's got 3 Matrix of Leadership slapped on, or Rodimus Prime from the Ark with 3 Matrix of Leadership, you get bold 6 and pierce 6. Yeah.
Oh, mate, that's... Yeah, he's... Wow, he's basically... He's laughing if you're running Rodimus Prime, really, to be honest, from Arc 1, aren't you, really? He's like licking his chops. He's like, I'm going to attack you instead of pressing this lever. It's going to be great. You know, he's going to be having a field day.
But that sort of that innocuous little first line of text as well, enemies have -1 health during your turn. So if if their characters are only on 1 health, better use them because he's just going to kill them.
Photon Bomb. We might see Photon Bomb come back, Dave. Oh my God. You've got how many left? Oh, only 2. Across the board? Photon Bomb. You're all dead because you're -1 because of this guy. Interesting. I might see him might get played just because of the -1. You leave a couple of people, like, it's always funny when it's like, you're always 1 away from being killed. This guy now is like, yes, but I will kill you. You know.
This is it. You will walk the plank and die. That is good.
He is very good.
He's
kind of like the other guy we talked about, Deliberator. He doesn't have another mode. So what they've done, again, which is really cool, which I think is a really nice personal touch, is full artwork again on the back, which is really, really cool. I really like it.
Definitely.
And yeah, just keep an eye out next time you watch the Transformers movie, guys. This guy is the guy who just pushes levers. Honestly, that's all his job is.
Just one thing before we moved on, it's actually quite interesting with this and Deliberator, and if there's going to be more, which I believe there are, mission briefing is going to be really strong with this faction.
Holy cow, it is. Just thinking that out loud now. Yes. I'm just thinking of other things like Assault Formation, even Wedge Formation. Like, the formations seem to work quite well with him.
Yes, they do indeed.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 100%. Holy cow! What the heck is this guy?
It's Gilthor, the Chained Amalgamation.
Jesus, I'm so glad you're saying these names. Come on, that's the one thing I'll say, Bayformers. Can you pick easier names, please? I really appreciate that. Just my part. No, I'm kidding, guys. So, Gilthor. This, jeez, we haven't played that clip yet. What a beefcake!
And say it with me! Beefcake!
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 There we go. Oh, it was so nice to say it. We haven't done it in a while. So yeah, oh my gosh, he's a tank, he's a truck, and he's ranged. I'm loving all these stats already, guys. He's got 7 attack. He has 17 health. He has 2 armor, guys. or defense, however you want to call it. And then he says, this has bold equal to the number of tentacles you have on the battlefield. So when tentacles turn up, I guess he's going to have a lot of bold guys. And when you flip to this mode, do 1 damage to an enemy. You may flip that enemy to another mode. Holy cow, he's got a ramming speed, but not ramming speed, battering ram built into him.
Yeah.
Holy cow. That's impressive. And he's 13 stars. Wow. This guy.
You've seen a lot of love come for combiners recently from the Ark with Resilience and some of the weaponry that they've given them in that set.
Yeah.
Also Bruticus. Reformatted. Eddie put a load of really, really cool stuff to help the combiners out. Alpha Triumph Protocols Wave 2 gave us Superion, and Menasor got upgraded leaders. This guy is going to gank them.
Oh, mate,
He's
this
just gonna be like,
guy.
Oh, flip back to this mode and you can turn back to your vehicle mode. Enjoy, combine.
I feel like this guy's taking the other guy's job. He should be the executioner. Jesus, how much he's doing. Like, oh my gosh, this guy is... Yeah, okay. I think I might have found possibly my favourite character at the moment, Dave, of this set. I'm just saying it's all...
Yeah.
Jesus.
Definitely. And tank and truck. That is some spice. I like it a lot.
It's true. There's no need to worry too much about the whole truck aspect because 4-wheel drive, he's already got 7 attacks, so you're not worried about that too much. The idea of having a tank, so composite armor, crushing treads, hunker down, like, holy cow.
Hunker down synergizes so well with this. But, you say that, if you can get this guy in with a car...
Yeah.
And have tank, truck, car team up tactics becomes a really good card as well. So, I think he's good. I think he's
pretty good. It's pretty good. And we haven't even got to his bot mode yet.
I know. What's he doing in bot mode then?
So in bot mode, he comes out looking quite freaking menacing. I'm just saying, the artwork on this is dope. It's really, really cool. So obviously he transforms, so he's losing tank and truck here, guys, and he sticks with ranged, so that's still good. He stays at 7. His stats literally do not change, guys. He stays at 7. He's got 17 health still, and he's got 2 armor. So that's awesome. But here's the kicker. This has armor or defense equal to the number of tentacles you have on the battlefield. When this defends and the attacker flips at least a orange and a black, black does not give Pierce this battle. Holy cow.
This guy's nuts. Go away, Pierce. Just go away. And again, it's nice to see card creators tackling that issue. This is arguably the most powerful character we've looked at so far.
Most definitely.
He would be in the old world of booster packs, be an SRT though. So he is statted like he is a super rare. So I think this guy is absolutely fantastic, even if we ignore the tentacle bit for now, because we don't know exactly how we get tentacles on the battlefield. But he's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Like there's no lie here, and the artwork is boss. This is one that they had done though, so I remember them doing the previews for this. In the run up to it, and this was done by Harvey Nazareno Bunda, who did a lot of the Transformers art, I believe, for Wizards as well. So this guy, Robobots in disguise, very, very well. His artwork is phenomenal. So props to Harvey for doing this art, and obviously props to the Bayformers for getting him to do it for them, because man, this is I really like the car and the Sentinel, but yeah, this guy's now my favourite. So good.
He is.
Why can't we have a Megatron this good?
We're not allowed nice things. We're not allowed nice things. Wizards obviously shout on Megatron. No. It's the hilarious meme that I made in the Metaphor and Rich thing of before. If you haven't seen it, it's coming on screen now.
Such heroic nonsense.
There you go. For our audio listeners, obviously Ironhide there was us as the community, and Megatron was the Wizards logo. That's it. Just saying it's all such heroic nonsense. Just telling you, just a load of balls. We're not allowed nice things. But this guy, Jesus, if this guy was just called Megatron, we would all be like, this is a freaking boss Megatron. Like, I wouldn't complain, to be honest, if he would insane. Literally. Obviously, you wouldn't have truck. You probably have leader as the stat. But like, this is a 13-star Megatron. Could have been very interesting if it would have been. So, but guys, I think I found my favorite character. So thank you very much, Bayformers. You're amazing. Good job.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
Definitely. I really like dual. And I've already talked about the alt mode side, but I really like dual trait characters because they open up a lot of deck building options. And you know, this guy's really good. You know, he's 13 stars. You know, he's kind of on the level with like Octone power level. I think he's really, really good.
I'm just thinking of a tanks build. You run him, Demolisher, Brawn.
Or you could have what is it Doomshot or Bombshell from Arc Wave 1 Military Patrol, 5-star. Or Brawl from the Combaticons for a bit of Brave.
Brawl, sorry, not Brawn.
Brawl,
sorry. Brawl,
yeah.
Brawn. I get those muddled up now. Goodness gracious, that could be interesting.
Yeah, this guy.
Okay, I like him.
Very, very good. So we're staying with Quintessons.
And we're halfway there.
Are we halfway?
We are going to stay with the Quintessons. We're halfway there. This is number 15, right?
I don't know. I'll trust you.
We're almost there. Living on a prayer.
Exactly.
Just wanted to drop that song in there.
I know you did. So we are sticking with the Quintessons. This is Inquisitor Drebzik, the exhaustive interrogator.
Oh, this
He's
guy.
a specialist.
Yeah, specialist. Yeah, like, oh.
Yeah. He's only got the one mode, so he's another character that doesn't transform. He has got 1 attack, 12 health, 2 armor. He's also got the tap, choose 1 ability. The first one is scrap a green card from your hand. If you do, reveal the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. You may scrap any number of them, put the rest back on top of their deck in any order. Or choose a Titan Master in head mode. Until the end of turn, that Titan Master's bonus does not apply to the character it's on. Interesting.
Goodbye, Sir Crab. Da, 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 da. Goodbye, all the health.
God, yeah.
You run in with the Executioner. Yeah. That's going to be minus even. Oh, gosh. That's some cool synergy already. Holy.
Well, you think with Grax and the other guy, that's minus 6 health when I turn off your health. And if I play Micro Capacitor, I get to untap as well.
Oh, my gosh. I love it when the cards we got to promote before Wizards didn't like us. It was great. Yeah, dude, this guy's great. He's only got this mode as well, right, Dave? He's got full artwork on the other side.
That's right, yeah. He's a single mode guy. Again, he's not particularly, offensive. Like, his stats are quite low from a combat perspective, but it'd be interesting to see, because he's only 7 stars.
It seems like we were talking about, like, they seem very mischievous and fudging you from afar instead of coming and punching you in the face. Like, they have some characters that can do that, but they seem to have a lot of like characters that are like, we're going to do this from behind the arc and screw over your characters from a distance and not really come in and punch you, which is awesome because that's what the Quintessons were like. To be honest, let's think about it. Whenever they were in the comics or they ever showed up in the TV series, they were always behind the scenes. They never really were like, oh yeah, we're the force behind it. They're always like, in the shadows.
Very devious.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they've added another answer to one of the end of game conundrums. That was Titan Masters. So it's another weapon against Titans.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I like it. I like how the Quintessons are going to play. I think Dave and me are definitely going to have to build some fun decks that basically evolve around very theme-esque of the Quintessons, I guess.
Definitely. And we're staying on theme for your next character. Because it's Clementia.
That sounds like a disease.
It does, doesn't it? It's Clementia, the medical magistrate. And he's got medical.
Oh my God, he is. I've got the clap, is basically what this guy wants to talk about. So. Right.
How do we get here? How did we get here?
How did we get there? Oh, mate. Our minds, I'll tell you. Right, so. This guy, he's a leader, he's a judge, and he's a specialist. So, awesome sauce. He's got 1 attack, 16 health, 2 armor, so very similar to his counterpart. And he basically has the ability with the tap ability, guys. So he's got 2 of these. So it states on his card, scrap a card from your hand. If you do, repair 1 damage from a character. If the scrapped card is a Quintessons card, instead repair 2 damage from that character. And then the second ability of it is any character gets plus attack or minus attack equal to the number of tentacles on this until the end of turn. Holy cow. So you've got the other one, which I'm not going to pronounce the name because I always forget, and this one. So there's 20 stars already on 2 guys that are basically going to be like, meh, 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 you've got no shenanigans going on. But how it seems to feel, because we obviously haven't looked at the battle cards yet, it feels like another great utility piece. Like, we keep coming back to the idea of they love green cards. The other one especially loves when you scrap a green card or keep a green card. You put toolboxes on these guys. You use this guy, scrap a card from hand. Oh, wait a minute, it's a Quintessons card? Awesome. I've got a toolbox on that guy. It's going to be repairing 2 because it's a Quintessons card. Oh, and toolbox, it'll be 3. Like, wow. Seriously, holy cow. Like, that is amazing. I'm a huge fan of this.
It's really nice to see something completely new as well.
Yeah.
I think from a design perspective, it really is unique, and it's unique to this set so far as well. You know, that we've got these characters that are doing something very, very different. Because to pay 10 stars on a character that isn't a bit of a beefcake.
And say it with me! Beefcake!
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 They've got to really pull their weight. So this is going to be like the most fun jigsaw puzzle of a deck build, I think, to work out how to get these Quintessons to work.
Oh yeah.
And I love stuff like that. Yeah, you can have your hyper efficient characters that just bash face in all day, but for the casual players out there, and I'm definitely, and I know you are, I definitely fall in that camp because I'm rubbish. But I love building. I'm not saying you're rubbish. I am,
mate,
but
I'm
you
trash.
fall into the casual camp. I'll just rephrase my statement.
Oh,
Do you
mate,
know
it's
what I mean?
perfectly
Like,
fine. It's perfectly fine. I don't take offense to it.
You know, it's for something like this is a puzzle to be picked. It's like I look at characters that we have from Wizards like Grapples. Like, how can you make this guy work? He's poo. Needle Nose was rubbish. You know, so again, like, this guy doesn't instantly jump out as like, oh my god, I've got to play this guy. What he's saying is, I'm intrigued and I want to know how to build a deck around you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 100%. I like how they've used some of the Quintessons to what they do, which I really think is, you know, props to the guys at BAYFORMERS for doing that, because that is dope. Like, we always wondered what it might be like, what they might look like. Like, I always thought, like, it wouldn't be like a Titan-sized card, but they would basically be a lot of points because they have, like, what Omega Supreme kind of has. Multiple different abilities with tap abilities and loads of other fun stuff. I honestly thought that's how they might have done it. Or they had some sort of stratagem which basically had multiple heads. Like, you would change the head for an action out of all of them to do something like that. But yeah, like, I think it's really cool. I really like it. I can't complain about it, mate. Super, super cool.
No, it's good. And it's cool just to see something a bit different.
100%.
So, yeah.
It is very different. And I think that's one thing we've talked about every content creator's set so far. Everything's a little bit different, whether it's like creating something we've wanted from a set or something new or a character or a trait or whatever, or addressing certain issues. These guys are definitely bringing something completely different to the game, which some people might not even play, but I know for a fact Dave and me will, because like we keep saying, we're Switzerland. We want to be neutral and we're not going to have favorites or whatever, but like, dude, it's Quintessons. Like, there's multiple different Stratagems we haven't even got to yet in this set that I'm super excited about playing. You know, it's super cool. I absolutely love it. And I think you guys will get a kick, even if you check out like those heads. Like, geez Louise, some of the, like, I'm just blown away by the whole thing right now. And we're only on the characters. I haven't even looked at the battle cards or the stratagems because I want to come into it a little bit like cold and be like, what the heck is that? Like, what? So far, I know what they were doing, and I'm kind of blown away by so much already. And we're like you know, we're just over halfway, and I'm already like my jaw has already hit the floor a little bit.
Yeah, it's a completely different way of designing the character cards, which I like.
Yeah,
because it's brand new. They're not treading ground that another content creator's done, or treading the same ground that Wiz has done. You know, they've revisited it with a couple of characters, but so far, loving it. And I definitely want to see how we can get these on the board and make them shine, because I think there's going to be some serious shenanigans with this faction.
Serious shenanigans.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
So, moving on to the next character. And this is a head.
Maybe the head we wanted to talk about earlier, maybe. Maybe.
Indeed. So, this head gives the body it's on when this battles Plan 2. And he costs 3 stars. Lovely piece of art, though. Yeah.
Great artwork.
I think Plan's something that's quite underused in the game. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not heavily used, is it? It's not, you know, like mining pick's really good. Obviously, you've got overwhelming advantage in Decepticon Crown, which is kind of like, I'm going to combo off and guarantee I combo out on this swing. But it's kind of always a bit of a sideline. If like, oh, this card plans, oh, I've got an improvised shield in my hand, I'll put it on top, sort of thing. You don't really. And you know, what's the other one? There's a data pad. Obviously, with Metroplex, you can draw a card off data pad and stack your draw, so it's going to be a good one, as it were.
100% true.
But you don't really see Plan an awful lot, so it's interesting. 3 stars as well. Obviously, these guys are playtested. I don't know, like, seems quite, for me, 3 stars for just planning seems quite a lot. Because for 3 stars, I'd probably just take Grax.
Yeah, that's the issue. But the problem is...
That's the problem with the heads. The health heads were so much better than any of the others.
But obviously, if you're running those heads with the build we were talking about earlier, this is not a bad substitute, to be honest.
Not at all. And...
Because if you're running the guy, planning is what he wants.
Yes, yeah, because you want to make it so you
flip.
Trigger your draw,
Exactly.
your flips. So you kind of architect, you know, you're engineering your flips. So with a lot of card draw and that you've got the ability to sort of stack your cards on top of your deck.
And that makes a lot of sense why he's probably 3 stars, because of how powerful his ability is for that amount of stars. On a 9-star character, though, that isn't, I would say, not undercost for what it does. So.
Totally. You know, and we've said it already, overwhelming advantage. This could be a really cool piece of the cog. You know, it's cool. So when he pops off, he becomes Locos.
And that's the name of the character. Locos, Titan Master, ranged, 3 attack, 2 health, 0 armor. When this battles, Plan 2. Like, I think we talked about it a little bit there just before we even got to, like, obviously his thing. Bot mode is not really his key strength. His key strength is obviously when he's on a head. So obviously when we're looking at his other counterpart, which is Bone Crusher, is what it's called, or whatever it is.
Crash
Bash or something. I'm going to remember it now.
Yeah, Crash Bash, yeah.
With him, I can see that probably working. I feel like I'm hilariously a purist when it comes to playing heads with heads. Like, I would definitely try out this head with him, just because obviously that's how they've play tested him, obviously. But it seems like this would work really well, even if you had run Fangry and Horrible with the others, to gain the additional stuff that you probably want to do to plan and stuff. So it makes sense that they probably did that.
I think he's in, like, you know, like I said previously, it's just when I'm building, it's very hard to get away from those health heads. But like you, I have tried to play most of the bodies with their actual heads, because that's kind of like on theme. It feels really weird playing Optimus Prime without him having his actual head, and he's got some random dork's head on him. So there's, you know, it might give some other bodies a second lease of life, which is good, you know.
Which is good to see.
I've kind of shied away from the Titan Masters just because kind of like the NPE that was kind of around them, you know. So pretty much on our channel, like, we haven't had a lot of Titan Masters for ages. We had Quake recently, but we've me and Claire have shied away from them because there's so many awesome fan cards that weren't, you know, sort of Titan Masters. So it's interesting to see. That's low cost, isn't it? And just flip to the next one. The next one's also a head mode.
Yeah, it's 100% true it is. There's another head.
So the first one is, we'll just say the name for this one. It's a mind control helmet. So it starts.
Well, the collar, there's a mind control collar, and that's.
And a mind control helmet.
So we'll cover both of them at the same time because they both do pretty much the same thing, right? Like they're on one side.
Yeah, I think so.
Both. We'll just cover both. It'll be easier.
So we're looking at the collar first, and that, like a standard head, you pay your star cost. It's only 1 star, and it gives them this ability, which is when this character battles, it gets your choice of either bold 1, pierce 1, or focus 1 until end of battle.
Yeah.
So it's in a world where you want a bit more flexibility, it's a little bit more flexible than, say, Parsec for 1 star. I like it as versatile.
100% versatile.
The difference is with these is when they're deployed, and both of them are like this, they're 0, 0, 0. They just KO as soon as they come out. So they're new heads that don't bust the Titan Masters any further. They just give you cheap alternative.
Because it frees up stars for you to possibly increase your star count for cards that you want to build, or put it on, use it on other characters for other builds, so you can involve a Titan Master and then go, oh, I've got those additional stars. I can possibly run this character with this guy now because I've got those star space to allow that to happen, which is kind of a cool design aspect from these guys, from the BAYFORMERS guys.
So what does the helmet do, mate?
The helmet is very similar to Dave. Obviously, the head, it says, when this character battles, it gets your choice of Tough 1 or Safeguard 3 until the end of battle, or Plan 1. So again, another versatile thing. And in its other mode, again, as soon as it flips, it gets KO'd. So another great utility piece again for opening up design. So both of these are very different. And it also, both of them to me feel like a cool way of basically freeing up star cards, like I've already said, but also the fact that you can tweak and choose what you want to build your deck around. Like one's obviously bold, pierce, focus, interesting. The other one's more tough, healing, planning and stuff. So obviously they both fill 2 different demographics, but running them both together could be very interesting for me, to be honest.
Yes, and opening up the other Titans to become Quintessons, because obviously this will give them that affiliation. True. So when we look at the battle cards, it's going to open. I imagine it's going to open up some deck construction, and sort of your plays will be influenced by the fact that you've got bodies with Quintesson mind control, which is kind of cool. It's kind of on theme for what they did as well. So I like, interesting, and I like the fact it's not adding more cheap, efficient heads just to pop off and pick up a grenade launcher. So. Yeah, them just kind of like being blown up upon, popping is good. I think it doesn't add to an existing problem. I like the fact that the artwork is like, on the kind of bot side, it's just an explosion.
Yeah. It's also just like
the mind control helmet.
First thing that comes to my head with collars is
interesting.
Kind of like Running Man or Battle Royale.
Perimeter deactivated.
All right! Chico! Come back! The deadline's still up!
It's not gonna make it. That collar's gonna blow.
Well, that's the first thing that comes in my head with exploding.
Yeah, Running Man. Running Man. Now there's a film.
If you haven't gone and watched it, guys, pause this and go watch Running Man. I'll tell you now, that movie's mad. So good. Right, number 20, Dave. What have we got here? What is the next character?
It is... You can run through this one because he's of the tribe that you love, and that's Nacelle, the eager aerospace engineer.
I freaking love this guy. I'm just saying right now. Like, not just because he's a Decepticon, he's a plane. I'm just saying as well. Right, anyway. So, on. So we got Nacelle, if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I butchered it. So he's a plane. He's ranged. Lovely artwork, by the way. Super cool. He's got 3 attack, 11 health, 2 armor. Your Decepticons with no printed abilities get +1 attack and +1 defense or armor for 7 stars. Very, very interesting. Opens up an interesting idea for running those planes that don't have any, you know, plain text. So I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Ramjet is the first one that comes to my mind.
Yeah, Ramjet.
Oh, wait a minute. Ironstorm has got blank text as well, right?
Yeah, no, Ironstorm's not. No, he's got text. I think he's blank on one side, isn't he? And then the other side's when you flip bounce stuff.
Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna.
Or when you attack bounce stuff. But other vanilla characters, Bombshell.
Yeah.
Wave 1 Bombshell. This guy with Bombshell would give Bombshell 5 armor.
Yeah, Ironstorm it will give because he's in plane mode as well. He'll go from 7 to 8. That's horrific for a 12 plane. Ugh.
Well, you could run Ironstorm's at 12, Nacelle at 7, so that's 19. You've got 6 stars left to play with. You could have Skywarp, the sneaky prankster, or Redwing from the Arc Wave 1 at 6 stars.
6 stars as well, yeah. I like it. I think it's open. It opens up a really interesting thing. Not just because it's plane and range, it's his other mode I like a lot because it opens up to a trait which I think planes would be busted with. So when he goes to bot mode, he keeps the plane the trait of plane guys in bot mode. So he already feels like a windsweeper, guys. Just saying is all. He has the specialist trait, guys. That's incredible. Just saying. And then his attack goes up to 5, so up from 3. And he has 0 armor or defense, so never mind. But in this text box, you may play an extra upgrade each turn, but only a Decepticon with no printed abilities. This guy is a hilarious engine for your overwhelming advantage.
Yeah.
Like each turn, you just get to play an extra upgrade. You can probably overwhelming on your second turn? No. Third turn. It'll be turn 3. Holy cow.
Obviously, draw dependent. You know,
Of course.
you've got to have all the pieces in your hand. But, you know, with the God hand, you're going to come out on turn 3. I'm not thinking, you know, obviously that's kind of like craziness, but even something as simple as going, all right, Ramjet, you can have 2 grenade launchers this turn. Bosh!
I love him. I think he's interesting.
Yeah, so flip this guy on your turn 1. Swing with swing with your 6-star guy. Then on your turn 2, play your 2 weapons onto Ramjet, and then flip this guy back to give him a further +1 attack. So that's what, 7. Say the God draw of 2 grenade launchers, or grenade launcher, cosmic rust cannon, whatever. So that's what, 7, 11, 15, 16 attack before flips.
We've just told everyone, hey, do you want to play fun aggressive planes? Try this. That's pretty much it right there.
That's pretty, yeah.
We really have just.
You're going to do it. I know you're going to do it.
Hell yeah, I'm going to do it. Like everyone knows that. You know, more Stone Cold Steve Austin. Give me a hell yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm definitely going to do that. 100%. I think I might have to play this guy, Dave. How boring.
I want that
one. It's just the ability of having specialists seems to have blown my mind a little bit because I personally think before they banned certain cards for specialists, that specialist was possibly the best trait in the game just because they had so much ability for playing extra cards, drawing extra cards and stuff like that. So having that in a planes build seems pretty stupid, but also pretty exciting. It's great for me. I'm not going to.
You can tandem this with Assault Formation as well from the Arc, because that the ability to flip another character as your flip for the turn and then use Assault Formation whilst this is in bot mode to then flip Nacelle back to plane mode.
Yeah,
very cool.
That I think Assault Formation with this guy just rings out, yes please. It rings dinner bells for like some other fun stuff as well. I love it. I absolutely love it.
However, the next card, mate, the next card is
The next
awesome.
card is... Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty freaking awesome, guys. It's a good card.
It is Optimus Prime Dark Awakening. It's nice to see a Prime in a fan set because obviously Arcwave 1 gave us Rodimus Prime,
Yes.
the successor to Optimus. Eddie had
Shattered Glass.
The
Yep.
Shattered
Yeah, the
Glass
Shattered
Prime,
Glass
didn't
Prime,
he? So we've got Optimus Prime, the Dark Awakening. So this is from, was it season 3 or 4 of Transformers G1?
Yeah, when they go back to the vaults and they find like him just roaming
Find
around.
him, don't they?
Finished me. Believe me, I tried.
So this guy's a beast. He is a leader, truck, melee. He's dual faction. He's Quintesson and Autobot. 4 attack, 15 health, 3 armor. So Battlefield Legend truck armor there.
Yep.
At the start of the game, do 2 damage to this. When you flip to this mode, return a green card from your scrap pile to your hand. That is amazing. And he's only 11 stars for 15 health and 3 armor.
He's up there with General Prime, right? At the moment, for me. Like stats wise.
General
and
Prime,
what he does,
yeah.
oof, what he does is very interesting, and also going with a Quintesson kind of idea. They want green cards. Like, it is strong, guys. This guy's strong. But then again, it's Prime.
Yeah, and the thing is, he's going to start with 2 damage on him. So he's like at the start of the game, he's only got 13 health. But there's plenty of ways, as we've seen, to move damage from characters to others. So I think you can kind of negate that quite quickly with the cards that the battle cards you're playing.
Oh, 100%. You could, yeah.
Again, it's following on the design mold that we had from like Battlefield Legend, which was when you flip back to truck mode, you get a action card back. So they're kind of following on with that theme that he gets a green card back, which is kind of cool because obviously the Quintesson faction color is green as well. So I'm a fan of that. I'm always happy to get back a pocket processor or any number of other green cards that I can't currently think of off the top of my head, but like sparring gear, for example, or backup beam, any of those cards, you're always going to be happy to get them back. So he is cool, and the bot mode artwork is awesome.
Yeah, it's
because he's missing his arm like he did in the cartoon and all that, and he's all battered and broken. He gains the range trait, which makes Lee very happy. Ironically, he gains the range trait because holding an ENERGON axe.
How
he's got his ENERGON axe. So yeah. But it goes up to 6 attack, drops down to 2 armor. So it's kind of, he's on par with, like you say, General Prime, Freedom Fighter Prime. He had 6 attack, didn't he, as well?
Most definite. Yeah, it is.
So it says, for each upgrade on this that has a faction, to characters that do not share a faction with that upgrade get +1 attack if it's a weapon, +1 armor if it's an armor, and +1 health if it's a utility. So that's opening up some serious cross-faction play.
It's cool. It's really cool. It's
give him the Matrix and run him with a Merc and a Decepticon.
I'm telling you now, man. He's a General Prime feel. That's what he feels like. He's a utility Prime. He's super utility Prime.
Give him his Ion Blaster. Just make your other characters not Quintessons or Autobots, and he's going to pump them. That's really cool.
He's good. Like, it's fun. Like, we always rag going like, why is Prime always good? But it is Prime. Like, come on, boys. He's the hero of the good guys. But it's interesting because it's like we keep reiterating in this episode, we haven't looked at battle cards. Like, as soon as we look at battle cards, we're going to be like, oh my god, that card works really well with I bet there's some great Prime cards. I bet there's some great Quintesson cards, to be honest. So, yeah, I feel like this guy might be a thing.
I think so. And for 11 stars as well, he's got a good stat line.
I'm trying to think. 11 stars.
For his star cost, so like...
Trying to think of all the costs for the other Primes.
General Prime was 11.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Freedom Fighter's 12. OPBL was 13. So
I'm just trying to think.
He's kind of sitting around, like you say, General Prime for definite.
Yeah.
He's kind of like playing a support. He's like a support buff Prime.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic because he's half dead. So who you got now? Oh, you got another plane.
Guys, I love you all for giving me the amounts of how many cheap planes there are. I love it. Like, I can run 4 wide planes now. I can run shenanigans. This is going to be fun. Thank you, Bayformers. Just saying as all. So yeah, I've got Rabble. Is it Rabble Rouser?
Yeah, Rabble Rouser.
Yeah, see? Look, I pronounced it correctly, and it's a tongue twister. I got it right, guys, and I didn't even edit it. Look at that. Brilliant. So we've got Aerial Onslaught is his nickname. Just making sure. Just got to let these guys know. I'm going to break it down. That's never going to get old whenever we say break it down like that little jingles. Anyway, plane, ranged. Your boy Lee loves this. Your boy Lee, happy all day. 3 attack, 10 health, 2 armor. Now, text box, it states, this gets +3 attack while attacking a Quintesson. So, those dual guys thinking about Optimus Prime we just talked about, this guy goes to 6. That's pretty tasty. Then, when you flip to this mode, look at the top card of your deck. You may put it in your hand. For 6 star cost, guys, you're allowed to just flip him back and then go, oh yeah, I can play that card this turn. That'd be great. You know, I want an upgrade. Oh, you know, I've got no upgrades. I can flip this guy. I'll have a look and get that card. I can play that this turn. That's great. You know, it's a great utility plane.
Yeah, flip back. Oh, it's an improvised shield. I'll just leave it where it is. That's it. No, he's good.
I like him. I like him a lot. And then in bot mode, guys, again, look at this. He's got plane and ranged in this mode as well. Gosh, that is so good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, love it. Love it. Right, so moving from his traits, he goes 3 attack. He stays the same across the board in bot mode than he was also in alt mode. So with 3 attack, 10 health, 2 armor. And then it states, this gets +3 attack while attacking a Junkion. And then when one of your planes attacks, you may plan one. So the 2 things that stand out for me, first thing we'll get out of the way. Planes attack, you plan one. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's super cool. I think that's great. Second thing, attack a Junkion?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a Junkion in this set.
I'm not sure there is, but that's obviously something they're planning now. Wreck-Gar
is a Junkion.
He has the Junkion trait. This looks like a Junkion faction.
Yes, I'm assuming design space further down, yeah? Maybe that's something we might have to talk about, Adam, in a few episodes' time about.
Definitely. I'd be keen to
hear. Maybe just try and poke the bear a little bit.
Just thinking how they interact, obviously, with the Ark stuff is like, obviously, Wreck-Gar from the Ark is a Autobot, but he's got the Junkion trait. So would this trigger against him? I don't think it does. And it'll be interesting to see what Adam says about that.
I think it's the logo there is probably what is going to be where the Decepticon logo is on the card.
Yes. Yeah. It's going to be a brand new faction.
I really like Rabble Rouser. 6 stars, let's think. 6, 12, 18. Yeah, I'm going to run Rabble Rouser, Skywarp Wave 1, Red Wing, and then
Nacelle.
the boring plane of Slipstream.
Slipstream, yeah. You could do, that'd be better than Nacelle.
Yeah, there you go. Nacelle would be dope, actually. That'd be a really interesting sideboard card, maybe. But yeah, Slipstream. Oh my god, because just the ability to plan one. Oh, that'd be so good with Slipstream in bot mode. Oh, that'd be so great. Yeah, mate, dope. Love it. Love it. Like it.
So moving on, we're moving on to another Quintesson. It's the Red Wizard, the ruler of Menonia.
Oh, yes, that was an episode.
Long, long ago, the Red Wizard fell from the sky through a strange red circle.
That's how we got here.
Of course, he was not really a wizard then, merely a dabbler. He was taught his craft by the former ruler of Menonia, the Golden One. Indeed, he was the master's favorite pupil. Always impressing the Golden One with some remarkable new skill. But one terrible day, tragedy struck. The Golden One vanished mysteriously. There was only one thing the Red Wizard could do.
There we go. It was that guy. For our audio listeners, it was a bit weird. But for our visual listeners, they understood.
So he's a leader.
Shocking.
Oh, what's going on tonight? He's a leader and he's ranged. He has got 3 attack, 12 health, no armor. He is 8 stars, and when he says, when one of your characters attacks and you flip at least 1 card with no battle icons, after the battle you may swap a card from your hand for a card you flip with no battle icons. That is boss. That is a great ability, because blank cards are always pretty good.
Oh yeah, they are always well, let's just say blank cards are the most powerful cards in the game. Like, and you can't argue with that. Let's think about it. You got Blade Fury. You got One Shall Stand, One Shall Fall. Cool podcast I hear that card is about.
Yeah.
You know,
there's loads
of function.
There's
so many great non-plugs. Ready for action.
Trithillium.
Like, there's so many great Trithillium. Yeah, see, the list goes on. No pips means the card's boss.
So he's really cool, and he's also got a bot mode. It's a really freaky picture on this side. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the episode, I believe he just transformed into this guy.
Destroy the enemy! Destroy them all! I don't like his sound at all. Grimlock, who is this red wizard? And where is Daniel? Me not sure. Me too busy fighting. So you're free, are you? Well, you've emerged to meet your doom! Ah! It's the Quintessons, the Exile!
So this is Mara Al-Uther, the usurper of Minonia. He's leader and ranged, so no change to the traits. Loses an attack, gains an armor, so 2 and 1. When you play a battle card that has exactly 1 star, your opponent reveals the top 3 cards of their deck. Look at your opponent's hand. You may swap any of the revealed cards with any of the cards from their hand. Put the rest on top of your opponent's deck in any order. Well, that seems tricksy and annoying.
That's a mad. That is... Right. Okay, let's break it down. I think that's never going to get old in this episode. I apologize, guys, but 8 stars. You get to do a counter-espionage and more? Come on. That's insane.
You can literally gank up their defense flip, because you can put something that was really rubbish for their defense on top of their deck. And it's hand disruption, which is...
But it's also seeing what you can manipulate what's going to be coming out for them if they don't get the right flips. But also the fact is you will have hand knowledge. So you know what they'll have in their hand for the next couple of turns, unless they have other cards that can, draw more cards and whatever. But most of the time is you are manipulating your opponent's next couple of turns and flips hugely. Wow.
Definitely.
For 8 stars.
Seems like this guy wants to be paired with Needle Nose and Wave 2 Skywarp, like for some shenanigans. I don't know if that would even fit.
You could go either or, really. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, it seems pretty impressive because Needle Nose is 8, he's 8, so that's 16. That leaves up for 9. 9 stars, and then obviously with Needle Nose, you're looking at stuff like you flip to this mode, return a card with exactly 1 star from your scrap pile. It's interesting. You've got shenanigans.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
You might hilariously try and play random cards with random stuff. Man, I feel like this is a possible deck tech challenge shenanigan build. Like, seriously.
I think so.
It feels that way. It feels that way, guys. It feels that way.
I have to say, I love the uniqueness of the Quintesson faction. They feel very, very, very different.
They're all over the shop, which is great. It's super cool. It's so good. Like, I think, like we were saying, I feel like these guys all do something different, and they all evolve. They seem to be a lot evolving around like certain card types, whether it be green or mainly green cards from what we can tell. but also specific card types as well. So, you know, it gives you multiple different options of how to build and what you can do with them. So I feel like they've definitely left it open with this faction to basically go, have fun building, because you're going to find stuff that are really, really good, and then you're going to probably go back and look at stuff and go, oh, this gives these cards more breath of life, which I haven't played with them in a while, which is really, really cool, which I like a lot.
Yeah, completely agree. I think it's really cool that they're very, very different to anything we've had before.
100%.
So your next card is a cool one.
It is a good one. It's Savage Wheelie. Look at that. It's Wheelie. In the car that we all know and love. I love it. I love it. So he's a car. He's melee. He's an Autobot, obviously, guys. He's got 3 attack. He's got 10 health, 1 armor or defense, or however you want to put it. Now, here we go. In the text box, it states, before the game begins, / just like you planned, / reveal an ENERGON sling from your deck, / and put it into your hand. When this defends and both players flip at least an orange, the attacker gets -1 attack this battle for each orange you flip, and then up to the number of orange the opponent flipped. What the heck? Like, and he's 6 stars, guys. Oh, I know Dave's gonna frickin' play him.
I don't care what he does. He's got the rhyming bit at the beginning. That's all I wanted. And he gets an ENERGON slingshot, which is really, really theme and on point.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. And that's a really neat ability.
Yeah, you're gonna play him. I'm gonna see you play him. I know that for a fact.
Of course I am. He's a car.
He's a very, very good car from the looks of it. So we'll flip it to his bot mode. Cool artwork. He's continuing his craziness from the alt mode. And he obviously uses the car trait because he's transformed and he's still melee. He goes to 4 attack instead of 3, and he loses an armor, so he goes to 0. And he's still got 10 health. But when this attacks and both players flip at least a blue, the defender gets -1 defense this battle for each blue you flipped, up to the number of blue the opponent flipped. Oh my god.
Nullify defenses, yeah.
He's
gonna be really cool.
Super theme.
That's gonna be really fun. I love cards that make you build a deck differently as well, rather than just going, I'm gonna go orange aggro, or, you know, like, and we touched on this with Christian in our last episode, like, mixed decks are becoming more the norm.
Yeah.
And I know you build a lot. You build a lot of mixed decks, don't you?
I do at the moment. I'm on a bit of a mixed pip deck themed right now.
But I like it though, because it's a little puzzle that you've got to put together. It's like, what's the right ratio of things? Cars, you know, from when I build cars, they're very orange. Rather than being mixed, you know, you might have a matrix or a rollout or something like that. Start your engines, obviously, but this is interesting. I like him, and he's only 6 stars. He's nice and cheap.
He's Prowl territory because Prowl's 6. So yeah, I like him.
Yeah, but Prowl's a lot. Well, how much is Prowl's health? He's a lot. He hasn't got as high health as 10, has he?
I think he's either 8 or 9. I think. Let me quickly check while you talk.
So I think he's 9.
You're going with 9?
I think he's 9.
9 health.
I was right.
There you go.
It's been a while since I've put Prowl in a deck. That's something I'd like to see.
And it's been a while since I first saw you.
It's been a while since we've seen Prowl in decks. It's 9 stars though. There's other greater star like no, he's not. He's 6. Sorry.
He's 6. Yeah.
It's other cars. Other cars outshine him. Like honestly, let's think about it. Honestly.
Well, now Matterford gave us Bumblebee. Yeah. Like 5. He's just better.
All by himself.
Get that sad violin
The
music
sad
out.
violins are coming out, mate. Like poor Prowl. Poor Prowl.
I really like this wheelie. I think he's different to most other cars, and I like that. I think the artwork's bonkers. It's just like, you know,
the artwork is super cool. Super cool.
Just like, you know, he jumps off a ramp, transforms midair, Energon slingshot someone in the face. I love it. I love it. We're back to the green guys. We're back to the Quintessons.
But my kind of guys. These are the guys I like.
Pointy, sharp teeth. Now, I've got a shark attack deck, haven't I? And we had that a few episodes ago. And it's really, really good fun to play. So I'm really interested to see what these other Sharkticons bring to that mold. So this one, it's Sharkticon Biter, the Brazen Berserker. He is a Sharkticon. He's a beast. He's melee. So some cool traits going on there, particularly the beast and the melee stuff. So there's some cool stuff from Arcwave 1, like the Sharkticon Mace. It's going to be good with this guy. 4 attack, 4 health, 0 armor. When this attacks, plan 1. And when he attacks and you flip at least white, orange, green, you get an extra attack this turn, but only with one of your Sharkticons. What? What? Totally. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Just thinking, we've not looked at the other Sharkticons that are in this set, but just thinking with what Arcwave 1 gave us, because we've got the Feeding Frenzy, the 4-star Horde guys, and you've got Nor, who when he flips to bot mode gives a Sharkticon Bold 2.
Yeah,
so
dude,
you can set up you can go flip Nor, give this guy Bold 2, swing, flip those colours, boom. I'll have another attack this turn and I come in again.
I love it. I think it's great.
It's good.
It's super strong. Artwork is sick as well. Super cool.
Yeah. He's in danger of just being, like, you know, slightly sneezed at and falling over. But if you're going first and you get this, you know, you get that extra attack off, turn 1, flip Nor, do this, bang. Really good. So in bot mode, he loses the beast trait, gains a point of armor, and this is, when this returns to the battlefield from the KO area, one of your characters gets bold 2 until the end of the turn. So they must have some shenanigans.
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really.
Good old shenanigans.
Well, when we look at the battle cards and everything else, I'm sure there's going to be some craziness. Obviously, the instant thought for me is either like involuntary promotion or I still function to do shenanigans there. But I'm sure there are going to be other shenanigans that you can do with this guy.
It's a horde mode. It's a horde mentality with the Sharkticons every day of the week. We've all seen the movie. If you haven't seen the movie by now, go on and see it, guys. Come on, seriously, what are you doing? The Sharkticons all literally are like zombies, so it just feels right. Like low health, makes sense. Really fun mechanics built into this guy. A biter, super cool. Like it. I like it a lot. The one thing I know for a fact is I'm going to have to blow up these cards like I did with the Arc ones, because I don't want small ones. I want big ones for my Sharkticons. I don't care what anyone says. I know it's going to be annoying on web camera, but I don't mind because I want to play Sharkticons. Everyone knows this. So, yeah, all the teeth in the world. That's what you want. All the teeth.
So you've got another Sharkticon coming up next.
Yes, I've got Sharkticon Chomp. So they've all kind of got like aggressive bitey actions. They're either biters, chomp, and well, you'll see when we get to the other ones. So anyway, Chomp, he is a Sharkticon. He is beast. He's melee. He's got an attack of 4, 6 health, armor 1. He is 4 stars. He has in the text box focus 1, and when this attacks, and you flip at least a black and a green pip, you may untap one of your Quintessons specialists with a bot mode. Right, so yeah, that one guy, not the executioner, the other guy, the judger or whatever his name was, he loves these guys.
Yeah, that's it. And also the Clementia as well has a tap ability. So this is how you get value out of their tap abilities.
100%.
So on your turn, you would tap Clementia and then swing with the little guy to untap Clementia and get a second use out of it.
Yeah. And then you're focusing one to make sure you get those pips going so you can untap and keep the cycle going. I love it. I like it a lot. Oh my gosh. It's super cool. Right, so in bot mode, guys, he has, there it is, 3 attack, so it goes down by 1. He's still got 6 health. His armor goes up again by 1, so it goes to 2. And then it says, when you flip to this mode, you may play a green upgrade. So you can basically play 2 upgrades in the turn when you flip him.
He's really, really good. Again, we've said it many times this episode already. There's so many good green upgrades. You're getting quite a lot in a little 4-star package.
You are getting a lot. It's super good. I think... See, the funniest thing is the Quintessons, obviously, they're like 9, 8s, and 10s. These guys are 4s, so obviously you want to kind of play a lot of these guys and run a few of the Quintessons, so you can just have some untapped abilities and stuff like that. And, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I think there's some real thought and design gone behind how the Stratagems can work with the Quintessons, so I'm a very happy chappy. I feel like we're going to have some interesting builds between Dave and myself playing some Stratagems against each other.
Totally. Like, well, I've already got a Shark deck, so it'd be interesting to see what these guys bring to it. So the next one is Stratagems Nor.
Yep.
Who obviously we had in Arcwave 1. They did the mercenary version. And he's the gluttonous gourmand. He is a Stratagems beast melee like the others. 3, 4, 2, so quite slight. He gets +1 health for each card under him. And when you flip to this mode, you may draw a card. So that's a great utility ability. I love anything that can get you cards.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of ways of getting those extra flips, so I like that. It'd be interesting to see how he gets underneath him. So he flips into bot mode. He goes up to 4 attack, loses an armor. He has +1 health for each card under him still. When you flip to this mode, you may reveal a non-green card from your hand and put it under this.
There we go. That's how you do it. And there might be some other cards as well, maybe.
So he can sort of sit on the sidelines where he's sending out in the other Stratagems and just build him up so he's not just going to get killed in 1 attack. I like him. He's cool. He's very different to the Arc Nor as well, so it's nice that they haven't just trodden each other's toes and made the same card.
100%.
You know, I like it. I think the card draw is really cool. You know, I can see some showing off shenanigans here.
Oh, showing off and shenanigans. So good.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I like the idea that you could run him and the other Nor as well because they both have different names, so it's perfectly fine. Yeah, I really think it's interesting that you can put cards underneath him. I feel like that can be strongly used, maybe, just to kind of thin out your deck from the crap you don't want. And then just have the hilariousness of stuff you do want. So it can be quite interesting. At the moment, I feel like looking at him compared to what we've looked at with Chomp and Biter, he's definitely the more niche-y one, because the other ones seem very... To me, I think the winner at the moment is Biter at the moment, but obviously we haven't read the other ones yet, but Nor is definitely different.
Yeah, he seems to be like the one you build towards him being sticking around a little bit longer than the others. I'm just having a look at the battle cards. There's a battle card in particular that might be really good with him. Where are they? There we go.
Sneak peeks, people.
Right, the card that I think from Arcwave 1 that's going to be nuts with him, and we haven't even looked at the Bayformers battle cards. Tsunami Blaster from Arcwave 1.
Oh, crap.
You get bold 1 for each card under it, up to bold 4.
Crap. Yeah, that's the thing.
And it happens to have a green pip as well. Oh my god, it's almost like they've been talking to each other.
Maybe. Oh my gosh. Right.
So what Stratagems have we got next?
Right, so we've gone through a bit of chomping, we've gone through a bit of biting, we've been gnawing on things. Now we're going for a bit of a peck. That's what we're going to go with next, guys. We're going to talk about Stratagems Peck. It's quite adorable. The Protoform Pup. He's a Stratagems, he's beast, he's melee. He's got 3 attack, 5 health, 1 armor. This has stealth while untapped, and when more than one of your characters untaps, return an orange card from your scrap pile to your hand for 4 stars. Holy crap. I feel the bold train, or maybe, dare I say, the B word, will be constantly being returned from your scrap pile to your hand. I feel like Peck might now be the strongest one. Just saying is all now, just because of the possible shenanigans with the recursion of all orange cards, because it doesn't say upgrade or action. It's just an orange pip. So let's think. Grenade launchers, belligerents. Dare I say repair bay if you want to try and keep these guys alive. You know, there's so many good cards that are orange. Like, and we haven't even looked at the B. Your one, Tsunami Blaster's orange, I believe. Orange and green, right?
It is. It's orange-green.
Shenanigans. Like, gosh, we haven't even looked at like the Bayformers stuff for their battle cards, so I bet there is some other stuff.
Definitely. There's going to be, like, you know, and that's just looking across the board of the 4 named Stratagems we've got here. That's 16 stars, so you've still got plenty left. You could, you know, with the mercenary ones from Art Wave 1, you could have the 6-wide swarm of teeth.
6-wide swarm of teeth. I love it. 6-wide teeth. I love it. Right, we'll flip him to bot mode, guys, and he goes to 4 attack, 5 health, obviously, and he gets 0 armor, so he goes down by 1 in the armor department, but goes up by 1 in the attack. And it says, when you flip to this mode, each of your Stratagems and Alicons gets bold 1 until the end of turn. So, it's basically, you might want to run him in all Stratagems if you want to, or you can even throw those 2 Alicons that we had at the beginning of the episode into the mix, which could be quite interesting. He seems like a really cool Stratagems. What can we say? Like, I think you'll be abusing that bringing orange pips back. I feel like that's
definitely
naughty. That's so naughty.
With the ability to return grenade launcher or belligerent or any other number of cards, it's going to be really, really good.
Yeah.
Things they all bring something to your team. Their only drawback is they're all a little bit weenie.
Yeah,
and they are likely to die on the counter swing. But you could run like 3 of these and a large character and just get some shenanigans.
Yeah, it's true.
Again, it just feels like the Quintessons are a puzzle to be built. But you think like Gilthor, he's 13. You know, you could have Gilthor and 3 of these.
Yeah. That's 100% true. Oh,
Gilthor with a recurring grenade launcher.
Whap, whap, whap. Insert noise there. That's sad. That's wow. That's very interesting. That's pretty cool. I like it. I think that, like, looking at it now, they all have a different purpose, but it's interesting. Like, the multiple different things you can try and do with the Quintessons with these guys. Yeah, it's a puzzle. I feel like they're going to have a lot of fun playing with these guys and trying to figure them out, which is quite interesting. And the amount of possible different builds that people are going to make up with as well is it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. There's probably going to be a few that will obviously may stand out more than others, but I feel like there's so many different ways you can go. There's so many different avenues you can go with these guys at the moment. It's really, really cool. And that's obviously praising the Bayformers for that design space of, you can go this route, you can do this route, you could do this, you could do that. So yeah, shout outs to you guys. I'm 100% behind the whole new faction now. Super dope, super diverse. I love it.
Yeah, so different, and that's the main thing. It's bringing something different to the game. So.
Very different.
And that's what we wanted from these fan sets. You don't want rinse repeat. So
no, you definitely don't.
Already said that. So that's really cool. Next one.
Yes.
We're back to Decepticons. We're back into the familiar territory of Decepticons.
This
is another bot meets Battle Master. So we've had Power Glide, and this is Shock Blast, the Galactic Man.
The Galactic Man, what a name.
He's a Combaticon.
Yes.
That's interesting. That tandems well with Art Wave 1 stuff. Again, like they spoke to each other about stuff.
Who would have seen that coming?
Exactly. He's a spaceship and he's ranged. He's only 4 stars. He's 3/5/2. When you flip to this mode, each player draws a card. Well, that works really well with Wave 1 shotgun, doesn't shotgun. Wave 1 Shockwave.
Yeah, it does.
So each player draws a card. Can't flip to his upgrade side. When he's KO'd, play his upgrade side. So flipping over to his bot mode.
Yep.
He is a specialist in that mode. Sick artwork as well.
Super
it's like
sick
a baby
artwork.
Shockwave.
It is. Baby Shock. It's a baby shock.
2 attack, 3 armor. That's beefy. That's a big butt. When you flip to this mode, reveal the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. You may put any number of them on the bottom of that deck. Put the rest back on top in any order. This can't flip to its upgrade side. When this is KO, play its upgrade side. That is a super sweet ability.
Yeah.
That's like mess with your opponent's. Just like, oh, no, you're not having that green pip card. No, it's going to the bottom. Thank you.
Oh, those double blues that you're about to flip for your defensive things? No, you're not having that.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Wah, 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 wah.
It's like, easy. It's cool. Again, he fits that kind of utility space that Power Glide's fitting in the Autobot faction.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
4 stars for a Battle Master that can transform is really interesting.
Yep.
Like I say, it's different. Again, they're taking that Battle Master mechanic and doing something different with it, which I like. So, speaking of the Battle Master side, so when you do kill this little fella, he turns into the Astro Magnum. He's a weapon. When the upgraded character is a mercenary and does enough attack damage to KO an enemy, use this card's bounty ability if the upgraded character's current mode does not have any other bounty abilities. The bounty is, do 1 damage to an enemy, your opponent chooses a card from scraps it. If this would leave the battlefield, put it into your KO area instead, and it's +2 attack. So if your mercenary is in its alt mode where he doesn't have that bounty, you still get to do a bounty. I like it.
Just thinking of the O word, like what?
Yeah. Well, this and the O word is 17.
Yeah.
So you've got 8 stars left to play with.
Yep. It's good. I really like it. I think it's really cool. Again, it's just like Power Glide. It's addressing something that never got used again, the bounties, and also it rewards when you take this with a mercenary character instead of just like, oh yeah, you can put it on another guy, which gives you +2 attack, but you know, you can, the bounty ability is, you know, doing a damage to an enemy, you know, that's cool, but no, it rewards you if you do play mercenaries, which is something that, you know, Wizards moved away from, which was kind of bizarre, you know. We didn't even, I thought we were probably going to get a mercenary maybe in Wave 5, but we didn't, so I was kind of like, eh. I guess they're dead now, I guess.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was kind of like mercenaries were all the rage for half a year, and then it was like, we'll just sideline them with headmasters.
Yeah,
exactly. I like the deck building choices you've got with this guy as well, because he definitely points to, I want to be with my big brother Shockwave.
Yeah.
They're kind of saying, they're kind of pointing you in certain directions, but equally giving you the flexibility that he doesn't just work with mercenaries, you know. Yeah, he's obviously great if he's Battlemaster on a mercenary, but even if he's not, he's still a primary laser. He's not terrible. So there's lots of deck building opportunities, because I'd be keen to use this guy potentially in conjunction with, was it Caliburst?
Yeah. Oh god, that's a
then
idea.
Then Shockwave's just got his like 2 big guns at the end of the game.
Holy that's probably what they had in mind, really. It's definitely what they had in mind.
Lots of options. Again, you're not kind of like shoehorned into like, this is the optimum way of playing this card. You've got lots of choices that you can make when building a deck. And at 4 stars, he can slide into a lot of builds. So I like that a lot. So next up, you've got a different one.
Yeah, another Battlemaster, which is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I've got Slitherfang, the Poisonous Protector. He's a Battlemaster. He's beast. He's melee. He's got 3 attack, 9 health, 1 armor, and when this attacks, do 1 damage to the defender after the battle, and it's 6 stars. So again, we always say, isn't it funny where you kill him exact or you leave him on 1? This guy kind of hilariously attacks him and then because obviously look at that, it's super sick artwork. He's a Cobra. He just spits a little bit of acid at you at the end, and you take 1 damage and you die. Awesome.
6 stars, sort of 6, 7 stars is kind of where like the good battle masters sit generally. So yeah, this is cool. Like you say, there's how many times are you like, oh my guy's on 1.
Oh wait a minute,
I
that Cobra.
One level.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Spit in your eye.
Spit in your eye as you go.
Yeah, that's cool. It'd be interesting to see what his Battlemaster side does.
Yes. So obviously, when he's KO'd, he gets flipped to this mode, guys, and he is a wow UD04 Globo Guard. Wow. He is Battlemaster armor. So the upgrade he is an armor guy. So that's really cool. It states on the card, at the start of your turn, do 1 damage to the upgraded character unless it is a Quintesson. When the upgraded character defends, do 1 damage to the attacker after the battle. So he keeps that same ability. And then, if this would leave the battlefield, put it into your KO area instead. And it gives your character you equip it with +2 armor or defense. That's awesome. So he keeps the same ability of doing a damage to you after the battle. So he rewards you for attacking when he's in his normal bot mode, where he's like, I'm going to attack and I'm still going to do a damage. Okay, you kill him. He then goes on to somebody else, and then you basically go, cool, you're going to attack me, I can defend, I do no damage to me, that's fine. But, oh yeah, you take a damage, just because you can. Oh, it's super good. I love it. I really, really like it.
Yeah, he's good. He's a 6-star Battlemaster, and he's a good one, you know. Obviously, there's the drawback that if you're not a Quintesson when you're holding it, you're going to take that little bit of damage, but let's face it, with the amount of cheap Quintessons in this set, there's lots of quality Quintessons that you're going to play alongside this guy. He's cool.
100%.
So we're on to, this is the last one.
31 of 31.
It has been a big session. And it's nice to end on an Autobot, because there's not a lot of Autobots in here. Obviously, the set is dominated by the Quintessons, and there seems to me more Decepticons. I haven't counted, but it seems to me there's more Decepticons than Autobots. I might be completely wrong. But this is Towline, the Signals Engineer. He's a truck. He's melee. He's a 7-star truck. He's 3-11-2. When you play your first action this turn, Plan 1. Interesting.
Yep. It's a cool, interesting ability.
They've put a lot of plan in this, actually. It's almost like they're like, plans are really underused ability. Let's try and make a few...
Yeah. Plan and bounty.
It's cool. You know, he sits at that nice star cost that you can get quite a few trucks, and he really shines if you 4-wheel drive him, you know, giving him the old 7 attack. I quite like him. He's not flashy, but 11 health for 7 stars is good.
Yeah, he is very, very good. He is very, very good.
So in bot mode, he goes from a melee character to a specialist. We've already talked a lot about specialists tonight.
Yep.
It's a really cool class. Goes out to 5 attack. That's pretty good. Down to 1 armor. When he battles and you flip white, orange, blue, you may put a face-up action card that was played in your played area into your hand after this battle. That's naughty.
4-wheel drive.
That is not.
And oh no.
4-wheel drive.
No, because
belligerent.
Yeah, you know, yeah. Because you would, if you had him, and you give it, and I'm thinking more 4-wheel drive. If you had the opportunity to go, right, I've got 2 characters to attack back to back. Cool. One of these trucks is going to stay in that mode. I'll flip him to this mode. Right, I'll attack with that guy. Oh, wicked. And, like, you get those combos going. Mate, this guy's great. I think he's shenanigan truck. Like, I love it.
I just really like the set. Like, I haven't looked at anything, really, and thought... Like, all the characters seem playable. We've got a couple of real nice standouts. Yeah. I really liked Alpha Sentinel. I really liked Guilfoyle. Guilfoyle is obviously the big boy of the set.
Love Guilfoyle.
There's some interesting stuff with the Quintessons, particularly the judges.
Yeah.
And obviously they've only done 2 of the faces this time.
Yeah.
There's more. So there's scope for further Quintesson shenanigans down the line. You know, what are your thoughts, man? Like, we've looked at all these characters who, you know,
I think the one thing coming into this set, when you look at all the other sets that were coming out, I think now I'm choosing words wisely and carefully. I love all the sets. We've said on this podcast, we are the Switzerland. We love everything the community makes. I feel that you're obviously, when you're creating cards, you're putting yourself out there for, you know, criticism and tweaks and all this other stuff. The Bayformers have gone out there and basically gone, we are making the Quintessons, and they're going to be the main cog behind this set. And it's a new faction. Deal with it. In a way, you know, they're basically being very honest and going, cool, we're making a whole complete faction and we're going to bring very iconic villains into the game. And from just what we've read from the characters, I think they've given those characters justice. Like, they do a lot of shenanigans from the shadows, from like not being on the front lines. They've got the hard hitters if they want to have them in their builds, and they hit quite hard. And I feel like they've captured what the Quintessons are very, very well. And that can be very tricky to do. Obviously, this is just part one of our review of the Bayformers set. But if this is anything to go by, they've knocked it out of the park for characters. Like, so far, like, 1 for 1 at this precise moment in time. There's some amazing Decepticons in here. There's some amazing Autobots. They've introduced dual, like, faction cards in this. And, like, they've mentioned it earlier about the opportunity of basically going, cool, this opens up a whole new aspect for deck design. Like, your battle decks are going to be more diverse with pips. It's going to be more diverse, including older cards, probably, because of how these guys have built these characters. So far, in my personal opinion, congratulations, Bayformers. You've won me over. You might lose me with battle cards and stratagems, maybe, but so far, you have won me over. This loudmouth Brit over here is smiling from ear to ear, and I'm excited to play some Quintessons in the Transformers TCG. My goodness. Good job, guys. Very good job. Dave, now you've had time to reflect, what are your thoughts?
You know, I think, for me, the biggest thing with the Quintessons is they're obviously quite an insidious force in the Transformers universe. I really like how they've approached it from a different perspective, because quite often battle decks are the same kind of cards. Obviously, there's different strategies and routes you can take. It wouldn't be a TCG if you didn't have those multiple routes. But what they've said here is, like you just said, build something different. Try and play the game in a different way. And I think that's commendable, because we can all get stuck into the orange, black, bold, pierce nightmare. It's really different, and it's a breath of fresh air. Like I said, we've reviewed as many sets as we possibly can, and I think this is a very unique one, because it has brought those new factions, much like Randy's very small Beast Wars set had the Maximals and the Predacons. This is bringing something completely new, but also keeping us within that familiar ground of there are some Autobots and Decepticons, and the ones they've chosen are very, very cool. I like it, and I'm interested to see what the battle cards are going to give us. To really, you know, so we've got the sort of figureheads, the faction with their characters. Let's see what those cogs and wheels are going to do inside the deck for the next episode, the battle cards. I'm really keen to see what Quintesson cards look like and what these tentacles are.
Yeah, what are those tentacles? Like, I'm intrigued. It's kind of a weird ending for an episode where we're like, I wonder where these tentacles will go. What will they do? We do not know. But we know for a fact that the tentacles will be making an appearance on our next episode, which will be episode 20. Part 2
20
of 20, dude. We're going to be hitting 20. We're hitting our 20s. We're early 20s right now in our podcast career. It's great. But yeah, that's going to be part 2 of the Bayformers set review of World Strike. Yeah, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's been a marathon again. It's always a marathon here. It's never a sprint. It's always a marathon here. And one shall stand, one shall fall. Guys, if you've enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. Comment below. Tell us your thoughts on the idea of having the Quintessons in the TCG. Obviously, Dave and me are very excited. We're going to be putting some bits and bobs, obviously, later this year, possibly, of some fun stuff from the Bayformers. Maybe even closer, because Dave might be getting his cards soon. I'm just saying.
Hopefully soon. I've gone a different route than make playing cards this time. I've gone via one of our listeners, Michael Santino, has a line on a company within the States that make very, very nice looking cards. And the difference with this company is that the characters have foily bits. So obviously I was keen to see what that is. And they have foil. They have foiling on them. It's like a holographic foil, so it looks really nice. And the cost was comparable. I'm just waiting to see if Her Majesty decides that I haven't paid enough tax on these. Thank you, everyone. It's been a blast as always. It's been a while since we've looked at a set in this sort of detail, so episode 2 will be coming soon, won't it?
Yeah, 100% true. Episode 2 will be probably a week after this one. So yeah, I look forward to that. Again, it's been a marathon, not a sprint. So with that being said, guys, it's a goodbye from me, Lee.
And a goodbye from me, Dave.
All right, and we'll see you on the next episode of One Shall Stand, One Shall Fall, where we will take a look at the battle cards from the Bayformers set.
One shall stand, one shall fall.